I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been.
Okay.
So if they ask you how I feel,
What's up?
I'ma tell you I feel amazing. I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been.
Yeah.
So if they ask you how I feel,
What's up?
I'ma tell you I feel amazing. I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been.
I am.
So if they ask you how I feel,
What's up?
I'ma tell you I feel amazing. I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been.
That's right.
So if they ask you how I feel, I'ma tell you I feel amazing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome. As I enchanter the Bone Thugs behind me, it's the first of the month.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. Get up, get up, get up.
We are in the 10th month of the year already.
9 months of 2025 is blown by quick. I'm
Jeez.
getting old.
Before you know it, 2026 will be here.
Well, in less than 3 months, it will be.
So happy October to everybody.
It's
Gridiron
October.
is in the building, and your
My
two favorite
favorite
people.
month of the year, baby.
And your
Yes.
two favorite people are here. The Playmakers in the building, and Mr. Cole Johnson's in the building.
The mad scientist, baby. The EP of all EPs here to join my man Playmaker and all of you.
This is going to be a fun show, particularly for me.
Nick, I'm sorry.
Because what is on the docket, I'm finna enjoy so much today.
Nick, Lord.
You can't even respond to that because you know I'm right.
I wanted to respond in a certain way, but I can't.
And we are live on the Real Wise Radio, so shout out to everybody on the Real Wise Radio, and shout out to Wise at Hefe.
Why is it left in the house? I want to say Negro, please, so bad, but not Negro.
Which you know you can't say because you know I'm right.
I still want to say it, though.
But, you know, before we get to the fun festivities of what happened in week 5, we have some news and notes to go over. So, the No Huddle
No, I don't.
commits. And to begin the No Huddle, I pass it to my co-host.
Oh, how nice of you. Well, Oklahoma State, they are still dropping the hammer. Po people. First, it was the mullet. Now it is their defensive coordinator. But they did well, though. I mean, they only allowed 19 points to Tulsa. I'm sorry. Let me stop. They have fired their defensive coordinator, Todd Grantham. The school has announced on Sunday. The Cowboys moved on from Grantham just 4 games into his tenure after his defense allowed 612 yards total in a 45-27 loss at home to Baylor on Saturday. Quality control coach Clint Bowen, he will take over those duties as interim DC. Oklahoma State, they fired Mike Gundy, the winningest head football program coach in their history, last week after receiving the first L to Tulsa in Stillwater since Harry Truman was in Donald Trump's place. 1951. Offensive coordinator Doug Meacham, he took over Gundy as interim head coach. The Cowboys have lost 12 consecutive games against FBS opponents. Now, your thoughts on seemingly the hammer being dropped yet again, this time the defensive coordinator.
Keep going. Go keep going. Okay, State, keep going. Keep going. Anything that resembles the mullet must go. now. And yes, I've been around Coach Johnson for way too long.
Yes. That's right. Everything must go. That's right. They need to have a liquidation sale when it comes to the coaching around there for sure. Well, it's unfortunate, but things have to happen. Grantham was hired by Gundy in December and was given a 3-year, $4.2 million deal, which made him the highest paid assistant in Cowboys history, including a $1.3 million salary for this year. Now, he'll receive 100% of that salary on his remaining deal per the terms of his contract. Well, the veteran defense coordinator, he had stints previously with Florida, Mississippi State, Louisville, and Georgia, along with the Browns. He was defensive line coach with the Saints last year. Well, from a coach that's getting the axe to a talking head thinking he can run for office? No, we're not talking about Stephen A. Smith. But we're talking about another one from ESPN. SEC Network host Paul Feinbaum said on Monday he would consider leaving ESPN to run for the U.S. Senate representing Alabama. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so you saw Tommy Tuberville, and you said, oh, I could do that. Sure. But for those who don't know, Tommy Tuberville was the head coach of Auburn during the time, actually, if I'm not mistaken, that Cam Newton won the national championship.
No, that would be the offensive coordinator for Florida State.
Oh, I'm so sorry. No. All right. Well, thank you. Well, anyway, the 70-year-old said during a recent interview with Outkick that he'd run to replace the former Auburn football coach, Tommy Tuberville, who said that he'll run for the governor of Alabama next year. Tuberville's current stint will end January 2027. Good Lord. The qualifying deadline to run for Senate is January 26th of next year. Feinbaum said that he would likely have to leave his hosting and analyst duties should he decide to run. Now, he also told Outkick he'd make a decision within the next 30 to 45 days. Your thoughts on Paul Feinbaum running for U.S. Senate?
So we can go from one section of the country not liking the mouth of the South to an entire nation not liking the mouth of the South. I think that's an upgrade for him, don't you think?
Yeah, I guess so. It seems like Feinbaum has caught the Stephen A. Smith bug along with him. Now,
See, at least with Stephen A., he actually talks politics on his show. And I'm not my first take.
that is true. That is true. Feinbaum. Now, he hosts, if you don't know, he hosted radio shows in Alabama for almost 30 years before joining the Total Sports Programming Network and the SEC Network. He started his media career as a newspaper writer and columnist. Now, he said about that and the possible road ahead, quote, Alabama has always been the place I felt most welcome, and I've cared the most about the people. I've spoken to people from Alabama for 35 years, and I feel there is a connection that is hard to explain. Close quote. No, Feinbaum, it's the thought process that goes to your brain that's hard to explain. Anyway, good luck to you. Hopefully you decide the right thing and not run. Staying in Alabama, but not talking about Paul Feinbaum, thank the Lord. Starting linebacker Qua Rosa. Unfortunately, he is indefinitely out with a broken foot. Now, the team that shouldn't even be in the top 10, but they are ranked in the top 10, Alabama, they will be without their outside linebacker for an extended period. This was announced by Kalen DeBoer, the head coach of the team, on Monday. The sophomore suffered that injury in their 24-21 W between the edges in Athens on Saturday and was scheduled for surgery early this week. He played just 8 snaps against the Bulldogs, according to Pro Football Focus. And DeBoer said, quote, he won't be out for the season, but he will be out for an extended period of time. Close quote. Now, DeBoer went on to say, quote, Jameer, that'll be Jameer and Latham. He will fully recover. That's the main thing in the big picture of everything. But unfortunately, he won't be back this season. Close quote. That's their senior linebacker who has had compounding injury issues as well. True freshman Justin Hill also expected to have a bigger role moving forward, along with sophomore Yonsei Pierre. And he'll get his start against number 16th ranked Vanderbilt on Saturday. Your thoughts on the unfortunate injury of one Mr. Russa?
What is it? No, I'm gonna say that question because we're gonna talk about that team later on. But this thing for them is very surprising. But Russa, get healthy, get a full recovery. You got a big win that we're gonna talk about in the next segment. But we don't want to further damage what's already hurting. So take your time, get fully healthy, and then come back.
Yeah. Besides, you have designs on playing on Sunday, so heal up. Don't even think about getting back. Heck, if you need to take the rest of the year, do so. So sorry that you suffered the injury, my man. But yeah.
You're talking about a broken foot, so you definitely want to take your time.
Yeah, because you make the wrong step, literally, and you can compound that injury and be out for longer. So yeah, don't do that, man. Let that foot heal as much as it possibly can before you even come close to putting pressure on it, pivoting on it, and making moves on it. Because in the position you have, yes, your feet are huge. Well, from a person who is on the injury list to one who now will be off of one. Florida now will have offensive help this Saturday against number 9 ranked Texas with the freshman receiver who just might make that difference, and that is Dallas Wilson. He's practicing for the first time since injuring his left foot, speaking of a foot injury, in training camp and is scheduled to make his collegiate debut in the Swamp. That was being said by the smiling jackass Billy Napier on Monday. Now, Napier also called Wilson's availability, quote, a big deal. 3 good days of work last week, and I thought he handled the load well. Pause. He feels really good. So far, so good. Close quote. Napier, no man handles a load. Well or not. I'm sorry. The 6'3" freshman wide receiver, 213 pounds as well. The newcomer from Tampa, he was the first star. He was the star of Florida's spring game in April, catching 10 passes for 195 yards and 2 touchdowns. And all indications in fall practice pointed to it not being a fluke. Unfortunately, his injury late in camp said otherwise. He spent weeks in a protective boot and watched afar as the Gators have sunk to a 1-3 record and taken an embarrassing 20-10 L to LSU. And he has seen that team struggle to move the ball and find the end zone, along with Lagway actually finding the proper receivers who wear his own jersey. I digress. Florida has scored 16, 10, and 7 points respectively outside of spanking that directional school in the Mid-Atlantic. Your thoughts, sir, on Dallas Wilson supplanting himself into the lineup, hopefully helping DJ Lagway?
Victor, how you doing? Good to see you.
Victor Locke, VLOCK83, or Vicalock says, good afternoon, gents. Mr. Playmaker, Mr. Johnson, a.k.a. the original Splinter Cell, and the EP of EPs. Thank you, sir.
And speaking of somebody we spoke about earlier,
Why is El Jefe, or the man who was in charge of Stuck in My Mind in Real Wise Radio and Real Wise Global Media? He says, "Good afternoon, my brothers. Good afternoon to you, my brother. Hope everything is good." No, I know everything isn't good with you. So what happened to your Yankees, bro?
why really? That's what you gonna do?
Yes.
Come on, man. Come on, man. You wrong for that.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
It's a football show, not a baseball show.
No, I'm not. If I was talking about my Astros and my Astros in the playoffs, and he's done this before, I've talked about my Astros, then he'll slip in the barb that they messed up. So I'm just paying him back.
We're not talking baseball here.
Okay. Well, how about your Giants? They did well Sunday. There you go. Are you happy now?
That's NFL, but
The sister of the playmaker, Yolanda, says, hey. How you
Hey.
doing, girl? Hope everything is good with you.
what's
It
up,
is good to
sis?
see you.
All right, so
Your
we
thoughts-
have our
your thoughts, your fan.
freshman debuting in the swamp against Texas. You know what? I'm going to save my thoughts for a later time.
Oh, Lord, man. You'll save your thoughts for a later time. Fine.
You already said yours. You got all your shots in.
I didn't get any shots in on you. What are you talking about?
I ain't say me. I said you already got all your shots in. I ain't say towards me. I didn't say towards me. I didn't say you got your shots in already.
I was just greeting Wise. I greeted your sister. And
I
I
wasn't
greeted
talking
Victor.
about them. I'm talking about when you was reading the article, you get your shot in on the coach. You
Well,
got
you
your
named
shot in. You got your shot in on the quarterback.
you named him. You named the coach.
I ain't
I
tell you to
really-
run with it.
I can't help it. It was just beautiful. It was better than Chapel Bill. Oh my. Now, Florida believes that adding Wilson to the mix should help their offensive woes. The Gators really haven't shown much depth of receiver. You have freshman Vernell Brown III. That has been Lagway's go-to guy, who's caught 18 passes for 219 yards. But Eugene Wilson III, J. Michael Sturdivant, and Aiden Bizzell, all of them have been mostly underwhelming.
And you providing that is the reason why I can save my thoughts for later.
Now, Dallas Wilson has been unable to help until now, and the Gators are confident he will change that narrative against the number one scoring defense in the SEC. That's all right. You don't have to change that effort, son, because they have one of the crappiest offenses in the SEC too. And I'm not talking about the Gators.
I know who you were talking about. Good gracious.
Now,
See, this is why I'm saving my thoughts for later.
now I'm saving mine for later too. Now, to take us the rest of the way to No Huddle, Playmaker, it is all yours.
Sticking it to the SEC, and let's go to another change. How about a full-fledged coaching carousel change down in Fayetteville, Arkansas? Bobby Petrino overhauls Arkansas staff, fires assistants.
Again, wow.
Bobby Petrino has fired 3 defensive assistants just one day after being named interim head coach at Arkansas as part of an overhaul of the Razorbacks coaching staff. Petrino dismissed defensive coordinator Travis Williams, defensive line coach Deke Adams, and defensive assistant Marcus Wilson in the latest move after being appointed interim coach for the rest of the season to replace Sam Pittman, who was fired Sunday following 5+ seasons as Arkansas's head coach. Arkansas Athletic Director Hunter Yurchek says, quote, "I just feel like how we performed on Saturday gave me an indication that maybe Sam had lost the team a little bit because there generally had played really hard for him throughout his tenure. This move came after they got destroyed by Notre Dame 56-13. Why are you surprised?
Mm-hmm.
Pitino, 64, returned to Arkansas in 2023 as offensive coordinator after serving in a number of jobs in 4 years as the Razorbacks head coach. He went 34-17, including consecutive seasons with double-digit victories in 2010 and 2011. The AD of Arkansas says, quote, Coach Pitino, as we met yesterday, he accepted this opportunity with the understanding that he also wanted an opportunity to formally be a candidate for our head coaching position, and he will have that opportunity, but will also subsequently run a search for our next head coach at the same time, close quote. Mr. Johnson, before I let you go,
Okay.
bring in one another person, and I had to bring him in because this is a special week for this man. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Cole McCain. What's up, man?
What it look like, fellas?
It is good to see you again, bro.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
the coaching carousel down in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Again, actually, you said it best. Are you surprised? Look.
I was saying it to them getting destroyed by Notre Dame.
Well, yeah, that wasn't a surprise either. But that really isn't, to me, isn't directed toward Arkansas. It's directed toward Bobby Petrino. Whenever this man is at the helm of any college football program, I'll put it this way. Bobby Petrino to football, college football, is like John Calipari to basketball. You know that whatever program he's the head of, controversy, if not sanctions, are going to follow. So I'm not surprised that another coaching job that Bobby Petrino has, upheaval like this is starting to happen, which means I'm thinking something like sanctions are going to follow after that. I mean, hey, he might find another co-ed to hop behind a scooter and just move on and mosey on down the street with her. You never know. Arkansas, unfortunately, they're going nowhere fast. And this is a great move by Petrino to say, well, yeah, I'm invested in the program, and I realize that getting whooped by Notre Dame is not great. But that's not going to change because defense can't stop a nosebleed, let alone a defense, let alone an offense. So, nah. Okay,
Cool.
that's cool.
Cool McCain, coaching carousel down in Fayetteville. Now, probably Petrino's leading the way.
The first thing I want to say is good job, Bobby, because when you come in, it's always a few clowns that need to go. And Bobby said, you know what? We ain't going to wait. We getting rid of these clowns now. You know what I'm saying? I don't need nobody else trying to get the college co-eds away from me. So I'm going to make sure y'all get up out of here and get the right people in place for what I want to do. I 100% agree with Cole. Controversy will follow, but there'll be some success before the controversy.
Agreed.
That's Bobby Petrino's way. People don't really call him Urban Meyer 2.0, but I mean, he kind of can be.
Close.
You know what I'm saying?
Close. Yeah.
Kind of can be. At least Urban Meyer 1.5.
Not 1.5.
So we're going to go from the overhaul in Fayetteville to the disrespect in Boulder, Colorado.
Who's disrespecting Prime?
Colorado fine
Oh,
reprimanded by
no.
Big 12 over fans anti-Mormon chants.
So how you gonna punish Colorado for fans? Not players, fans.
The Big 12 has fined Colorado $50,000 and publicly reprimanded the school after a dignitary chant from the Buffalo's fans targeted the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints during Saturday's football game against BYU.
Really?
Brent Urine, the commissioner of the Big 12, said, quote, hateful and discriminatory language has no home in the Big 12. While we appreciate While we appreciate Colorado's apologizing for the chant that occurred in the stands during Saturday's games, the Big 12 maintains zero tolerance for such behavior. Close quote. If you want to know what the chant was F the Mormons. Were heard from the student section during BYU's 24-21 victory in Boulder. Colorado coach Deion Sanders apologized on behalf of the athletic department during his press conference Tuesday. Coach Brian said, quote, "That's not indicative of who we are. Our student body, our kids are phenomenal. So don't indict us just based on a group of young kids that probably was intoxicated and highly," you can get the other word. Cool McCain. Colorado felt some type of way on Saturday and got punished for it.
How are you going to punish the Colorado team for fans? Fans are fans. And if we're being 100% honest, if the Mormons had said F the Christians, would they have been being fined?
Unfortunately, no.
No, they wouldn't have. They're being fined because they said anti-Mormon chants. It's just like if you say F the straight people, nothing's going to happen to you. If you say F the LGBTQ and whatever other letters have been added community, then it's going to be a problem.
Yep.
So the thing is, it's dumb to fine a university. If you want to say, hey, this type of thing is not going to happen, and the fans that we can determine have said this are going to be not allowed to come to the next game or whatever, that's one thing. But you're fining a team for what fans said. And to me, it's like, I thought we lived in a country where we had freedom of speech. That's what I thought. Donald Trump can say all kind of ignorant stuff all he wants. He could felon, he could be president. But fans can't say it tomorrow.
Oh, wait till Monday. That figure of speech is definitely going to get put to use on Monday. Oh, and Cool McCain, you have an open invitation to that show too. So that's going to be a serious show. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, it's not going to be a usual fare, I don't think.
It's going to be quite fun. I'll be there. What Michael Jackson say? I'll be there.
Mr. Johnson, Colorado, reprimanded.
Cole really hit the nail on the head. Why are you punishing the program for stupid idiots who are in the stands chanting? I don't understand that. It's not as if these schools put plants in the stadium and say, yeah, do this and say this and be this.
Right. This ain't a WWE show.
Yeah. So I don't understand that aspect at all. Now, now if this is motivation for the athletic director, because I'm not going to say Deion's level. If this is for the athletic director and the dean of the school to get the boosters and the fans to and the students to actually straighten up and fly right, as they used to say in the old school, then okay, fine, I understand that. But really, you're going to fine the school for a bunch of idiots in the stands? Come on, really? And I'm 100% with Cool too. If it was a chant that was against Christianity, this wouldn't even be. I'll go so far as to say, Cool, it wouldn't even be a story. We wouldn't even know this.
No, we heard about
it wouldn't be written up. And as a Christian, that pisses me off. But I digress. It's a thing that you shouldn't tolerate it at all, obviously. But why don't the Big 12 get with the dean, get with the athletic director, not find the program, but actually get with them and say, okay, we can't have this. This is embarrassing. Oh, but then again, you greedy mother, you embarrassing all yourselves. So you can't handle the embarrassment of being greedy, but you can skirt the embarrassment of something that's anti anything. Got it. Okay, understood. Okay, I understand the lesson now. This is ridiculous.
Sticking with the Big 12, but going from derogatory chance to Iowa State having problems.
Iowa State having problems?
Yep. Cornerbacks
Oh,
Jonte Williams and Jeremiah Carper out for the season.
yeah, that's having problems.
Iowa's number 14 Iowa State secondary will be without long-term starters Jonte Williams and Jeremiah Carper for the rest of the season because of, sorry to say this, Coach Johnson, knee injuries.
Oh my gosh. Not again. Oh wow.
Coach Matt Campbell announced Tuesday that Williams damaged the ACL in his right knee late in the Cyclones' 39-14 win over Arizona on Saturday.
Oh,
Copper tore his ACL in practice last week. The two combined for 55 starts.
jeez.
Williams and an Associated Press All Big 12 second team pick in 2024 had one interception, 2 pass breakups this season. He was hurt with 3 minutes left against Arizona as he dove in an attempt to knock down a ball away from a receiver. Coach Campbell said, quote, "So that's a situation that really stinks for the kid, but man, just how he handled it has been uber impressive and a great human. He'll be back ready to rock and roll next year," close quote. Copper has made 36 starts since 2022 and was a AP All Big 12 first team pick at safety in 2023. He switched to cornerback full time this season and had an interception and 3 pass breakups through 4 games. Mr. Johnson,
Wow.
more knee injuries. These ones cost seasons this time.
Wow. And I really feel for Cooper. This was his senior season. That's what sucks. Wow. Man, I hope his eligibility isn't up. I really do. And I hope it isn't. And if it is, that really does suck. And this is a problem that is not just in college. We're dealing with that in the pros too. I mean, we're on the heels of Malik Neighbors ripping up his knee, and he's out for the year. And then the next night, the same thing happens to Tyreek Hill. I think that it's time, just football in general. I think it's time for them to truly study if these surfaces are really good for these knees, and if there's a way that these knees can get protected, like if they need to have a brace, and it has to be mandated that they wear it, because these injuries are starting to become prevalent. I'm not shocked. I don't think you, Playmaker, and I'm sure Cool is not either, that you have these bigger, faster, stronger athletes. I mean, heck, last Sunday in the Eagles win over the Rams, we saw a guy that was well over 300 pounds boogieing to the end zone, having no issue running. So these athletes are much better than we've ever seen them before. They can move laterally and forward and backwards faster than they ever can. But unfortunately, the human body can only take so much, and in the push to be bigger, stronger, faster, you have these unfortunate injuries to take place. So yeah, prayers to both John Tess and Jeremiah. I hope you heal, get back as fast as you can, and Iowa State, your road to the Big 12 championship might be a little tougher now. Wow.
Coop McCain, the Cyclones losing their top 2 corners for the rest of the season.
I would think it's screwed. Let's be honest. When you don't have your corners, it's a big time problem. I don't really need to add anything else to what Cole said, except for if you're a senior and you get injured like this, hopefully you can get another year if you need it. If you're not a guy, if you're a guy that may be on the cusp of the league, and maybe another year in college will help. Hopefully you'll be able to get that due to the injury year. But it's time for Iowa State next man up. I mean, they're not going to be as good, but you got to throw what you got out there. Maybe some of your young guys now get an opportunity. You can see what you have moving forward, and hopefully, next year you'll be able to get both of these guys back, and that'll give you an edge because you'll have guys behind them, depth guys that got a big chance to play, which is rare in college football. That's all I'm gonna add.
Jonte Jeremiah, prayers for a full recovery. Take your time, because we had to talk about this Monday about another college athlete, the one that Kuma Kane also enjoys watching playing, and that was one Juju.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
there's several others you could talk about as well. On many teams, many guys on IR with knee injuries and leg injuries.
That breaks my heart with Juju, though.
Yeah, that's all right. She's still gonna be the Jordan.
Oh, WB. Oh yeah. Oh, no question.
WNBA.
Yeah, no question. I agree with you.
It's all right. It just be pushed back a year. That's all.
all right. But we are not done with the round of article just yet, because news broke about 4 hours ago that in 2028, Mr. Kuma Kane, New Orleans will be hosting the national championship game at the Superdome.
That's Superdome, not Silverdome. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Belaya stuff. I'm sorry about that.
You just couldn't help yourself, could you? You just couldn't help yourself, could you?
Heck no.
New Orleans will host the 2028 College Football National Championship at the Caesars Superdome. The CFP announced Wednesday. The 14th title game in the CFP era will be played Monday, January 24th, 2028, following the 2027 regular season and playoff rounds. New Orleans will become the third seeded to host the title game for the second time. The game has also been played twice in Atlanta in 2018 and 2025, and it will make its second appearance in South Florida, Miami Hard Rock Stadium, this upcoming national championship year.
Right.
Kuma Kane, New Orleans.
I wouldn't mind going to New Orleans to watch the game. I haven't been to a Final Four, but my team's not gonna probably be there then either. So it's another reason why I haven't been. But I like it. New Orleans is a good place. New Orleans got screwed out of WrestleMania, so they should get some other big events to make up for TKO deciding that they were chasing the money and not what they had already agreed to. I have never been to New Orleans, but I hear it's a fun city. It's a great place to go, especially when there's events going on. So it's a good move to keep going to New Orleans. Like you can't go wrong going to New Orleans. Like New Orleans, Atlanta, New York, certain places, LA, Chicago, Philly, like certain places you just know it's going to be fun when it's there. So good move.
Cole Johnson, national championship game down in the Big Easy.
Not surprised. You named two cities where the national championship game will be played ad nauseum, at least once every 8 or 9 years. You can see a game in Miami at least once, if not twice, in a 10-year span. You're gonna see a game in Atlanta once, if not twice, in a 10-year span. And you can see games in New Orleans once, if not twice, in a 10-year span.
You might can throw LA in there too.
I'm sorry.
So you might can throw LA in there too.
Well, you will definitely be throwing LA in the picture. And even though I think they're trying to push for the desert to get it to, it's not as in terms of what you could do around the stadium and in the city. It's not quite as attractive as Miami, Atlanta, New Orleans, and LA are. So New Orleans will always be a haven for having these big events, no matter what time of the year. So I'm not surprised.
I think one of the reasons why is what my sister put on the screen.
I'm not surprised at all. Yolanda, she said, great city for food. That's one of the reasons why. Yes. Great city for food, great city for entertainment, great city for music, and great city just for tourism. I mean, it's one of those spots that no matter when, almost especially around that time period, definitely around the Super Bowl time period, that's when it really gets hyped because you got Mardi Gras. So
That was a fun experience for me.
Because when you went early this year, Mardi Gras was right around the corner. So, and I know this because I was born in New Orleans. So it's a wonderful city. It doesn't surprise me that they're hosting the national championship again. I would have thought it'd been sooner, personally.
And
That they would host it
will
the second time.
Yeah. And that concludes the No Huddle. All right, we're going to take a commercial break here so you can get your popcorn, your drinks, whatever you need to snack on, because when we come back, the fun begins.
All right, tell Owens.
Cool McCain.
You thought you wanted Gunther against Chad Gable, but you didn't. And I'm going to tell you why. Chad Gable would take everything that Gunther's done and bury it.
The Playmaker.
It was on site. AJ Styles walked out there, seen LA Knight. Oh, okay. Then LA Knight hopped out the car. Let's go.
Break down everything in TNA, AEW, and all of the WWE programming. Join these two kings, monarchs of wrestling, live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central on the Play Caller Sports Talk YouTube channel.
WWE Shop is your online source for all things WWE. Be a part of the site, man, and score wrestling gear for big events like WrestleMania or SummerSlam. From current superstars to legends, from Raw to SmackDown to NXT. Don't miss this chance to shop for the most awesome WWE merch. Shop for the best deals as well as WWE gift cards and save big on your favorite items. WWE Shop at Fanatics Experience.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Into the Net FC.
Kylian Mbappe just all of a sudden finally understood his role, and I think he finally understood that everything Kylian Mbappe has accomplished already, you know, there is still a hell of a lot waiting for him in the future. Finally seeing, you know, the Marcus Rashford we have been hoping for such a long time, you know. But, you know, this game, you know, after everything Manchester United has been, you know, doing lately, you know, this was actually the ultimate test, you know, to see if Manchester United, you know, honestly was all of a sudden for real.
I explained this. The United States, maybe they have to suffer this loss as a lesson to learn to prepare for the future. Because 4 years from now, the World Cup is in not one, not two, but 3 countries. The United States of America, Canada, and Mexico. Into the Net FC is available on all streaming platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and YouTube.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kermit the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts.
Sports fans are gearing up, whether it be for the madness of March, whether it be for the Super Bowl, or even a little thing called WrestleMania. You can get all that at Fanatics, where they have a wide selection of gear from.
What are you doing?
Man.
So what are you doing?
I'm trying to see if I can get this right.
Oh, Lord. I don't even think I want to know what you're trying to get right. Welcome back to Band Down the Great High. As we hit the 10th month of the year, Kuma Kane, we are already in October.
Oh, man. This isn't right.
Yes, we are.
Ugh.
Already in October. All right, I hope you got your drinks. Hope you got your snacks, because it's finna get real fun right about now. Because it's time to recap week 5. So let's hit the Gridiron Roundup.
Oh, Lord.
Now, before we get started on the Gridiron Roundup, share this out to everybody because it's finna get real spicy in here. Because you do not want to miss this part of the show for this. This is going to be awesome. So, as we get to the Gridiron Roundup.
Why is he being like this? Why?
Because I know what's coming. And I'm finna enjoy it. First off, let's begin here.
Lord. Oh, so you want to start already? Oh, gotta be better than that. Upset loss cost the spotlight for Florida State. What the heck was that in Charlottesville? Goodness gracious.
46-38, Virginia over Florida State in double overtime. This game happened on a Friday. This one is sad. This is a Friday night.
That's sad.
Virginia jumped out to a 14-0 lead before Florida State woke up and was like, oh, we're actually losing. They scored 21 unanswered. Then it was going back and forth for the rest of the way until we got to double overtime. Castagnoli 254 passing yards with 1 touchdown and 2 picks. He also had a rushing touchdown, though. But Morris for Virginia.
That's good.
2 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions. Mr. McCain?
Gloat.
The Seminoles cost themselves a Saturday morning fun.
Correction. The Seminoles cost us college game day.
Not us.
Florida State,
college game day 2 weeks ago.
Hot pile of monkey poop. You had one job, and what did you do? The opposite of it.
He said it cost us. I love it.
Some told me, Florida State ain't as good as they playing. They playing bums. They got 1 good win and then 2 bum games. Then they getting another game with a decent team and catch an L. And I remember the playmaker himself when I was saying, oh, Virginia's going to be a threat in the ACC, and how I was berated and told I didn't know what I was talking about. Do I still look like I don't know what I'm talking about?
Hey,
sir?
you berated me about it. You berated me about my Memphis Tiger pick, and you know.
I just gotta throw that in there too. I'm in petty mode.
I know you in petty mode.
Florida State.
Matter of fact, I kind of thought about you when I made the graph, and I was like, I might have Kuma King on.
Yeah. Florida State. College game day, right there, ready for us. We did our part. We didn't do everybody. We did what we were supposed to do. But you didn't do F and S.
We did our part.
All you got to do is beat Virginia. You can't even do that. You come out playing around in the first quarter. You finally get it tied at halftime. Then you end up letting them take you to overtime. And then you're not even getting it done in overtime. They beat you in overtime. So guess what? All that talk must have got to your head. All the Florida State fans, I know, like, oh, Miami got 2 weeks and they gonna hear how they this and they that and they back, and then we gonna be able to go ahead and take care of Virginia. If we do that and then take care of y'all, it was a big if. It's too big for you. The moment was too big for Florida State. You can't handle the spotlight. You can't handle being the 100. But guess what? You're gonna be the 100 again this week because you cost us college guys game day in the spotlight. So ain't gonna be no more, oh, we to you when we got this. No, we need to spank you and put you back in your place. Down there with Clemson, North Carolina.
Lord. Not that down there.
Whatever happens to you on Saturday is your fault. You did it because you couldn't handle your end of coming into the game ranked in the top 10 so that it would be a high spotlight game for the ACC. What have I been talking about all season, fellas? ACC needs high prime time spotlight games, college
Right.
game day, stuff like that. We had college game day.
Yeah,
They
they
was
were.
coming. And then Florida State did what Florida State does.
Now what Florida State did, what Florida State does. Wow.
We'll talk about that game later on. Mr.
So
Johnson.
guess what? The one last thing I want to say is guess what? You're about to have 2 L's in the conference. And 2 L's in the conference is going to be bad for you unless some other teams lose.
No, only
Florida State fans say, "Oh, Miami better watch because Miami don't normally handle themselves well after a loss." So there's a big secret to how you don't have to worry about that. You keep whooping your ass. Y'all next up. What Goldberg say? You're next.
Mr. Johnson, college game day, had a difficult decision to make, and then Florida State made it easy for him.
Yeah, they did. What in the world was that in Charlottesville? I'm not even talking about Virginia. I'm talking about Florida State. See,
It was doo-doo butter.
this is the prime example of a team that does not know prosperity when it bites them, and they looked ahead. You know, they were getting hype every game that they were playing at home. They were whooping up on teams, and of course, it didn't help matters that they dog walked and beat down Alabama and in Tallahassee. So they figured, okay, well, you know, we're back in the Bobby Bowden version of Florida State. We back. And so they thought they can roll their golden helmets with the spear on it onto Charlottesville, just roll the helmets on the field. Virginia would cower and they would beat them down. And if you're going to play, you got to respect your opponent enough to beat them down. You didn't respect Virginia enough. You got the butt whooping that you deserved. And now you're going to go home. You're going to play a team, probably the best team you will be facing this year. And of course, there's the normal motivation of we rule Florida. No, we rule Florida. Besides that aspect of the rivalry, you now have the aspect of, well, we wanted to be the top dog, and now the big dog the top dog is actually going to visit your stadium, and they have the talent to not necessarily make you feel welcomed and at home. So your best bet is to play motivated, play angry, and to meet the challenge that's about to face you Saturday night. Because if I were Miami, I would be just as pissed as Cool is. We could have had a primetime spotlight game here in Tallahassee. You haven't had that since Jameis Winston was stealing crab legs, because they didn't have it when Governor DeSantis wanted to sue the NCAA. No, that was the last time Florida State had the big time spotlight. That could have been you, but you're playing. And Miami's looking at that, and that's all the motivation they need to stomp you into the doggone dirt in Tallahassee. That was inexcusable what they did in Charlottesville. Inexcusable.
Seminoles, what happened? I can tell you what happened. Y'all opened this season, and who did they beat in week 1?
Alabama.
Oh yeah, you beat Alabama. That team that doesn't have Nick Saban no more. You beat that team, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. So then you played. I forgot who you played the next couple of weeks after that, because
it didn't matter.
2 jabronis things.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't matter. It was directional schools, and they dog walked both of them.
And so you know what you did? You took your happy heels up to where they went to again?
Charlottesville.
So you took your Virginia. Up to Charlottesville, Virginia. And Virginia said, guess what? We're going to treat y'all like y'all Alabama, and we're going to play the Florida State role. And what happened?
I personally think they actually overlooked them and said, oh, yeah, we got Miami at home. Oh, I mean, Virginia, I don't give a crap we playing them in Virginia or at home. That's barbecue chicken. I think that's
okay, since Coach Johnson going to go there, well, this is what Florida State did. This what Coach Johnson's talking about. So they saw the next week's schedule. Oh, we got Miami at home. Oh, 7:30. Oh, ABC.
Mm-hmm.
I think college game day is coming.
100. All that.
And then Friday night happened. Bam.
Double
overtime loss. Whoa. And then all of a sudden, college day, they said, no, we're gonna go somewhere else. you still get your 7:30 ABC game because Kurt Hurstreet and Chris Fowler will be in attendance to call the game. And by the way, Florida State fans, y'all still angry at Kurt Hurstreet for what reason? Because he said what I said, what we all knew what the committee was going to do to y'all. Y'all still mad about that? When we tried to tell you what was going to happen?
You lost to an unranked team. What did you think
remember?
You lost to the top 20.
No, they still mad about when Kurt said that they weren't going to be the fourth team in the playoffs because the injury to Jordan Travis, which was the same thing that I said.
I'm saying, remember, they were happy wanting to sue the NCAA.
They should have been.
They should have
been in. They should have been in. But they got sued.
Unfortunately, that happens. I hate that. Look, I'm a Texas fan. I can go back to 2008. They got screwed there. But do I complain about that now, 17 years later? No. It happens.
And Kurt Hurstreet, being that you're a Florida State guy, you should understand that you can't say that. You should understand no matter how you truly feel, you can't say that. And you opened your pie hole and you spewed doodle butter from it, and you're going to pay for that for a long time, sir. But that's a decision that you made, Kurt Hurstreet.
You give me some words to write. I love that doodle butter.
And the funny thing is,
beautiful, bro.
These two gentlemen on the screen with me was defending Florida State during that time. I'm saying no.
Yes,
the injury to Jordan Travis was going to cost them.
And you were correct.
It shouldn't have.
It shouldn't have, but you were correct. It did.
It was the wrong move. It did do it. That means your mind is just as grimy as theirs. So kudos for being on their grimy side.
It's me doing my job, doing the research, listen to them how they speak and what they looking at. I said, okay,
your mind is grimy as theirs. That's beautiful.
Yeah, you have to remember, I never and Coach Johnson, you can I never said they didn't deserve to be in.
No, you never said that.
I just said they ain't getting in based on the injury to Jordan Travis.
But I could get how some people would think, oh, that's a Florida guy talking that noise. I would get that. But that wasn't the case. You were correct. The committee thought
they had they had like 3 games to watch Florida State without Jordan Travis, and it was like a whole different team.
And they were unimpressed by what they saw. Yeah.
And
thankfully, they don't have it in the NFL because apparently there's only one undefeated team because everybody else didn't play beautifully being undefeated.
And that's what helped lead to the 12-team playoffs now. Too bad Florida State had to be the catalyst for it, but hey.
Well, it already was in place then, sir. See, there you go, ESPN. It was already in place before that game.
Yeah.
You trying to act like that's the reason they did it. It was already in place.
They helped speed the process, is what I'm saying.
It was already in
place.
But yeah, they were happy with Ron DeSantis wanting to sue the NCAA. And they probably still want DeSantis to sue him.
And which Coach Johnson went on a rant that I will never forget.
You gotta let it go. It just, it is what it is.
You in their business for? You got a state to run, dummy. Run it. I'm like, jeez.
So yeah, Florida State. Thank you for not doing your job. Because Miami could have been a part of 2 college game day shows this year. Might be a chance for a 3rd one. I gotta look at y'all schedule again.
Now,
But from the upset on Friday to you want to read this, Coach Johnson?
Oh yes. Blind refs missed obvious call. Georgia Tech escapes Demon Deacons in Winston-Salem. By literally the hair of their chinny chin.
So
did they miss the call, or were they instructed not to make the call?
I love the question a lot. I love the question. A lot.
Can you repeat that question again so the people can hear you?
I sure will. Do re mi fa sol la ti do. Did the referees miss the call, or was it implied or explicitly instructed?
Explicitly instructed. Oh Lord, the
Yeah.
rewind was even better.
Georgia Tech escaped Winston-Salem of the Demon Deacons 30-29 in overtime, in a game that shouldn't have went any overtime.
No,
Because
that game should have been Wake Forest.
Because of that right there. Like, this ain't even like, you can't tell if he's offside. He is clearly offside.
Hey, I'm a referee from the game. I'm a referee from the game, y'all. The play's right here.
Wait, why did you have to mark every single referee on the field, though?
That's what they was doing.
That's a blatant miss. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
Do you not see how far he is outside?
He's almost parallel with the Wake Forest line of scrimmage. Forget neutral zone infraction.
This led to the punt that helped Georgia Tech go down the field and tie the game and send it in overtime.
Oh my. Oh
So
my
yes,
gosh.
the run of the Yellow Jackets continues over a missed call. Credit to you, Yellow Jackets. You took advantage of it. So we not getting on y'all.
We can't get on them. They
did what you
did what
supposed
they
to
supposed to
do.
Because we can't prove that it wasn't just a mistake or a accident.
No, we can't prove that.
If you're a Wake Forest fan, you have every reason to be mad because this was supposed to be an upset.
Yes. That was their game. That was their game to have. No question.
So if you was wondering what my two picks were, I had to get a shot in at Florida State.
I figured that. I knew that was coming. I'll be surprised if you didn't take a shot at them.
I knew that because I was like, if I don't do Florida State, Cole gonna get on me.
I'll be like, fool, you a Gator fan. What's wrong with you?
I know that's
Trust
right.
me.
You saw Florida State embarrass themselves in Charlottesville. You ain't touching that? Yeah.
I didn't even mention this to Playmaker, but I was sitting there today like, I'm gonna see if I get an invite.
Come on, man. You should know.
I'm gonna see if this mofo.
I know the games. Okay, I know the important weeks and games. So I'm not like.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what this mofo talking about today.
Yeah, obviously, we definitely have to have you talk about one of the most important games of Miami's year.
I can't believe Florida State, bro.
They messed it. They did mess you all up.
Like everybody else, like a lot of people say, oh, they lost. I said, yeah, they screwed us, idiots. Y'all happy that didn't realize they screwed us.
So my two picks were basically the conference Kuma Camp represents, the ACC.
ACC.
Now the rest of the run is all Cole Johnson because oh my God, this is gonna be great.
I'm going to dislike you. I'm going to dislike you now. Okay. Let's begin. Southern Baptist coach Kelly, quote, "Comp a squad, why don't you?" Close quote. Rebels control Tigers in Oxford. Set it up, Playmaker. Set it up.
24-19 win by the Ole Miss Rebels over the LSU Tigers in a ranked versus ranked SEC matchup. Nussmeier under 200 yards passing with a touchdown and a pick. No running game for the Tigers whatsoever. And then Chambers for the Rebels, 314 through the air with a touchdown and a pick. Lacey with 87 yards on the ground with a touchdown. And to quote somebody who was on the show, well coached game, Lane Kiffin.
Yes. I'll say that again. I'll say it on this air. Lane Kiffin, you coached a whale of a game. You didn't get in the way of your players. You actually put them in position to win, and you beat a top five. Well, before now, a top 5 ranked program, and you had them play very well from minute 1 to minute 60 on all sides of the ball. I appreciate that. So I'll give props where it's due. Congratulations, Lane. You did your thing. Now to that fake Southern Baptist preacher. Kelly, what was that? Come on, son. You supposed to beat this team. That's why you ranked at the top 5. Your tough obstacle should be getting to Georgia or Texas in the SEC championship game. That's when you're supposed to have your hurdle. Ole Miss, you're supposed to be up for. Arkansas, you're supposed to be up for. Texas A&M, you're supposed to be up for, because those are your 3 rivalry games. But you actually had your team roll up in Oxford like it was just a regular Saturday. But pretty much how it was last year when they came to town in Baton Rouge. And your squad didn't decide to play until the 4th quarter, because the first 3 quarters, they sleptwalked through the game. Well, you decided to do it in reverse this year, because the first quarter, your team was great, and they sleptwalked the last 3 quarters. I just don't understand why you have issues, and I can count on at least 2 of these games, if not more, every year that you simply fall woefully short in being a team that you should beat, and they beat you down. I don't get it, Kelly. I don't get it. I don't get it. So forget the sideline, son. Just go to church. Just go to church. Please. Just go to church. Hone being the fake Southern Baptist preacher, because they got many of those churches in Baton Rouge where you actually could be a preacher. Because you're faking being a head coach of a football team right now. Faking it. How do you like to get dog walked by Ole Miss? And I know the score is only 5 points, but still.
It wasn't even that close.
That's what I'm saying. The score is not indicative of the game, because Ole Miss took control when Nussmeier threw that first pick. The game was Ole Miss's the rest of the way. Now you look good. I mean, you and I saw that Netflix special. You fiery. You get your team amped. You have high expectations, and you're on them like your General Patton, and the troops are lowly privates. I get it. Yes. But you and your system fall way short. And we can count. We can set clocks to timers. You're gonna have a game like this in September, a game like this in October, and you probably will have a game like this in November too. It's like clockwork. But I figured this season you wouldn't have this game in September. Boy, was I wrong. Go to church, son. Whack buster. Having your team sleepwalk 3 freaking quarters to a team you should beat, and a team that you have to actually put forth effort to beat. And you have your team sleepwalk from quarter 2, 3, and 4. Sad, son. Sad.
So, Cool McCain, you ain't been on here for a while, so about a couple of weeks ago,
sad.
When LSU started to play, when LSU was getting geared up to play Florida, I started deeming Brian Kelly the Southern Baptist coach. Kelly.
I was on when you did that, sir.
You was?
Yes.
Yeah. Fake Southern Baptist preacher.
Anything you want to add, Cool McCain?
Yeah. That's what I want to add.
All right, go ahead, Joe Jones. Go ahead, get your water in, because you're not done. You're not done.
Oh, I'm just getting started.
He got his hydration. He ready.
So we go from Ole Miss winning a big game against LSU. Let's head to
the nightmare between the hedges. The Crimson Tide terrorizes the dogs.
The nightmare between the hedges.
24 Alabama, 21 Georgia between the hedges. Ty Simpson 24 for 38 through the air, 276 yards and 2 touchdowns. It was a prolific passing attack that took apart Kirby Smart's secondary. And on the other side, Gunnar Stockton, 13 for 20, 130 and a touchdown. Bowens had a good day, 12 carries, 119 a touchdown. But Mr. Johnson, it really is a nightmare when it comes to that team that has an A on their name.
I don't understand it. This is a team that they should be motivated to beat. I don't get it. And more than the players, this is a team that Kirby Smart should be motivated to beat because it seems to be his kryptonite. I don't understand what it is. Like you said, when they see that A on the helmet, or when they see the crimson and the white, it's as if Kirby Smart decides to actually have no brain, or
have nightmares.
Or the crimson tide basically are parasites to the cranium. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But it must be something with that team because, son, Alabama is your kryptonite. Why? Why is that team your kryptonite? You are the best team in the SEC, dummy. You're supposed to dog walk this team because this is not the Nick Saban Alabama team. This is a Kalen DeBoer team that got steamrolled by Florida State. Steamrolled.
Who we found out is not that good.
Exactly. This is a team that got steamrolled by Florida State. And you mean to tell me you had to play from behind yet again? Could you play from behind last year in Tuscaloosa? Although I'll give you credit, your team came all the way back from being shut out in the first half. You took a lead, and then unfortunately, a big-time pass messed you all up, and you got that L there. Then, at this time last year, I figured 12 months later, you would have learned your lesson. Forget the players. You would have learned your lesson. You would have had your team better prepared, but no. You see that A, and then they got in that A. I don't understand it, Kirby. You are the best team in the SEC. I don't root for you. Now, someone like Yolanda does, but I don't root for you. I could care less how good or how bad you do, but I just know talent when I see it, and you have the best squad in the doggone conference, and you ain't playing like it.
Not to mention you did pick them to win the SEC.
True, still. You have the best talent in the conference. Now you can have certain positions that teams have that are better than yours, but as an overall talent pool, Georgia is the best team in the SEC. But you don't prove it because you want to squeak by in Rocky Top, and you want to roll over and play dead as if your roach is being sprayed by Raid against Alabama. Ridiculous. And I'm ashamed of actually being an SEC fan because your future performance every single year against the Crimson Tide, whether it's in the regular season or in the SEC championship game. Pitiful.
Cool, McCain, what you think of my artwork here?
So I want to say first, I want to pause the nightmare between the hedges. I'm going to pause that. I would also like to pause. You're coming from behind, and I would also like to pause getting in their ass. After we pause those things, I will say I completely agree with Cole's assessment again. As a SEC fan, I definitely agree with where he's coming from, and the fact that Georgia, you got to stop being scared of your daddy. You got to figure out a way to beat daddy. At some point, the child is supposed to surpass the parent. Right now, you can't beat your daddy. That's the problem. And again, I want to pause. You can't beat your daddy as well.
There's a phrase that Kumo D would like to say often. Yes, pause on that too. But yeah, that's a phrase that Kumo D would say often. He make you say, "Daddy, I don't want none." That's what Kirby Smart says to Alabama. He looks at them and says, "Daddy, I don't want none." And you can put a pause on that too.
We definitely need to pause that as well. Definitely need to pause it as well.
I think I've done my job. I think I've done my job today.
I'll put it this way: Georgia pissed me off more than that fake Southern Baptist preacher.
But I know that's not the team that mostly pissed you off because finally,
no. Whiteout in Sad Valley. Ducks whiteout Nittany Lions. He wasn't there earlier. Yes, he was, son. That doggone Drew Allard. You blind QB, blind. How do you gift wrap a pick in overtime, son?
Oregon 30, Penn State 24 in a primetime whiteout in Happy Valley that turned into Sad Valley. What a game. First half was the type of game that Coach Johnson would enjoy. Can't nobody get close to the end zone, so we got to kick field goals here.
Yeah.
And then the second half, and mainly the fourth quarter and overtime.
Yeah, fourth quarter, yeah.
We started to ramp up the offenses. Dante Moore, 248 passing yards with 3 tuds. Hill Jr. had 82 yards on the ground. For the Nittany Lions, Allen had 54 on the ground, and Drew Allard 2 touchdowns, 137 yards, and the most costliest pick that Penn State has ever seen in their life. Before Cole Johnson had his way, Cool McCann, I'm gonna give you the full first. This was the primetime game. This was the game of the week, and the Ducks went across the country to get a W.
So we know the story on Penn State. Penn State. I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to take the thunder away from Mr. Johnson. But this is a pattern with Penn State. When you put them up against top 10, top 5 teams, they shrink as much as Kirby Smart against the Alabama Crimson Tide, right? Again, you have to learn how to get over your issues, right? We all have mental issues to certain degrees. Some of these coaches have mental issues with top 5 teams, certain programs. You have to learn how to push through that. You have to learn how to win. You have to learn how to overcome, like the late, great Dr. Martin Luther King, bless his soul, said, we should overcome. But that's not working for everybody. Mm-hmm. So what's going to need to happen? Penn State, you Penn Stated. You did exactly what most people thought you would do. I picked you because I wanted to believe in you. You know, you in the same state as my professional football team. I don't really care about you, but you're in the same state. So, at least my fellow Eagles fans, most of them could have had a good Saturday, if y'all could have just did what you were supposed to do. But again, I guess Nittany Lions just aren't tough enough. And Oregon did what they were supposed to do. They don't care nothing about no whiteout. They came over there, and all the way there, they was playing DJ, man. Whoop that trick, get him. Whoop that trick, get him. And they whooped that Nittany Lions trick.
All right. Before Cole Johnson goes, I do have something I need to say. Dan Landy, you're lucky. You're lucky. Because you had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter.
And choked.
And you let Penn State come back to tie it up and send your butt to overtime. But thankfully, players on the Ducks defense know how to make in-game adjustments along with the defensive coordinator, because Penn State decided to run a same play that they ran earlier, and the linebacker said, not this time. Which is the reason why your ass escaped Happy Valley with a W. Otherwise, Dan Lanning, Coach Jones still would have had this, still probably be going off, but it'd have been more on the funny side because it'd have been me going off on your dumb ass. Go ahead, Cole.
Look, I know I can look at Drew Allard and understand that is the main reason why Penn State took the L on Saturday. Okay, fine, it's addressed. Dummy, you aren't supposed to look a receiver down and toss it in direction. Look off. do something to throw off the defense.
No, he thought because the play worked so well in the first part of the game, he was like, we can go back to it. They won't make the adjustment.
Well,
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, well, why would they make adjustments to something that's already worked against them? What are we thinking here?
Yeah, that's fine that it worked the first time, but you gotta understand. Okay, well, this team, if we run this same play, they actually might make an adjustment. So we might have to throw a different wrinkle. But Allard, you didn't think that broad. It serves you right. James Franklin. You mealy-mouthed son of a... How is it that you were ranked in the top? I was with Cool. How is it you ranked in the top 5? You have a top 10 team coming to your building. You had the embarrassment of 8 months ago playing a pretty good game, but you still came up short in the Big Ten. No, sorry, 9 months ago. You played a pretty good game, but you came up short against the same squad in the Big Ten championship. And then Ohio State showed you how you're supposed to beat Oregon.
Matter of fact, he went against his own saying and picked you.
The reason why I did, well, 2 reasons. 1, I'm not the biggest fan of Dan Lanning. And 2, I thought you would do. So Penn State, ever since Mr. Franklin has become the head coach of that program, they have played 25 top 10 ranked teams. Do you know what their record is? 4-21.
That's terrible.
You know you're going to be playing a top 10 school, at least one of them, at least one game every year. You know you're going to be playing Ohio State, and more than likely, they're going to be in the top 10. So you should be you should be understanding of this drill. Okay, so one of these games, we're going to have to play our best effort. And in those games, you've only beaten Ohio State once. And I think in 11 or 12 tries. You get your chance again next month when you take another L. When you have to go to shoe and take that L. I just don't understand how you do not have this team consistently ill-prepared. I don't get it. Why is it that you just stay taking top 10 L's? Why? Why is it you? How do you look? You look pretty, you light-skinned Negro. Why is it that you simply take L's? You take L's like you said he avoids taking big up his behind. Why? Why are you embarrassing to Woosah? Why are you embarrassing to those of us of our persuasion when we say, we're good to be on the sideline? We can actually teach young men how to actually play and play well at the highest level. You are at now considered the most prestigious conference in the National Collegiate Association of Athletes. You are at the top tier. You are the top conference because the national champion has come out of your conference the last 2 years. But you spread it wide and you take it hard. Every year. I don't understand it, son. You're embarrassing us. I'm going to make this vow. Whenever Playmaker puts a game of yours on the docket, I'm picking against you every single time. Because you stayed taking L's up your behind, son. And unfortunately for you, you don't say pause. You want the pause all over you.
All Diddy for him.
Lord have mercy. Sad. Sad. Playmaker. I don't get why. I seriously don't get why Franklin coaches down the level of these programs. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. This should be. We don't even have to get up for these games. We should be prepared because we want to prove that we are better than these teams. But he's proven that they're not better than Ohio State, and now he has proven multiple games that he's not better than Oregon either. Now he has to prove if they are better than Michigan or Illinois. That's that they have dropped to that level.
Oh
because
my gosh.
because they're looking up. They're looking up at Ohio State and Oregon. And Franklin's looking up. He's looking up, opening his mouth wide and taking it in the mouth to Oregon and Ohio State.
Yeah, that's a pause. I just want to go back to one thing that Cole said that was a tipping point for me. When he said you light-skinned nigger, I was done. Yeah.
Oh boy, dude. I knew it. I said, great.
Yo.
When Saturday's results happened, I said, yes, I am in for a great Wednesday.
He pissed me off that much. Yes.
I knew he was going to go at James Franklin, but I'm sitting here like, and because this is Coach Johnson here, and anytime a coach loses, he's going after the coach. It don't matter how they lost. You lost the game. That's what Coach Johnson cares about. But I had to put Drew out on him because I was like, you dummy. You cost your team again because you thought the same play was going to work.
And you saw it was fair. I got on the blind quarterback too.
I know you did. I knew you were gonna go at James Franklin, but I was like, but that's really Drew Allen's fault. And the look on James Franklin's face said was like, why?
Like, why did you make that decision? Yeah.
Like we finally got on the road, we moving, we going, we got up, and you decided to do that.
But I personally get on him, Franklin, because the first 3 quarters they played like hot garbage. Offensively, defensively they were okay, but offensively they played like hot garbage. The first 3 quarters.
Man. I done my job with my creations, and Coach Johnson did his job by letting me roll today.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, I knew it. I was like, oh, he's finna go in.
Shout out to Cole Johnson for that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
3 gems, sir. 3 gems.
Thank you. Thank you.
You did not disappoint. And
Good.
hopefully I did my job for you too.
You set me up well, playmaker. Thank you.
I had to take some time to think on them creations. Like, how can I create this to make this work?
How do you stay taking L's to top 10 teams? I don't get it.
What's the record again?
4-21 in 25 games against top 10 ranked teams. 4-21, 1-11 against Ohio State.
And the funny thing is, when Coleman picked, I said, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Speaking of which, this is how week 5 went. 7-3 for me, because I picked Oregon.
That was a tipping point.
And 6-4 for Coach Johnson because he went against his own words and picked Penn State.
I'm not the biggest fan of Dan Lanning. I really am not.
I know you're not. Because I was saying, you going against your own words? He said.
I thought they would
should be due. I'm like, I can't do it.
I thought it was due. He ain't.
Coach Johnson, I can't do it.
He ain't. He was due to spread him again. I'm like, come on, man, really? I'm like, jeez.
USC, y'all look at it and pick because I was going to pick you because you know what? You let Illinois.
I told you.
Run the ball down your goddamn throat on the final drive to get to the game-winning field goal.
I told you. I'll give SC credit. They fought. They fought hard. They did. They fought hard in that game. But I figured.
No, my problem is it was the running game that got to know down there. No one passing.
That's what I'm saying. I'll give USC credit for fighting, and they actually got the lead late. But I figured Illinois was going to be big boying them because I think they wanted to prove a point that they could big boy teams because they got punched in the mouth over and over and over again against Indiana the week before.
If
And
I
and that's
didn't
what
go
happened.
through that final drive myself, I'd have been like, okay, they probably got some passes. You know, it is what it is. You know, sometimes receivers get open. It is. No, Cool McCain, all their yards is either a run play or a penalty.
Yep.
That's it. Are you serious?
Yeah, they big boyed themselves to a dub. Shout out to you, Fighting Illini. Good way to bounce
Damn
back.
children.
Good way to bounce back with that butt whipping you took in Bloomington.
If y'all didn't have Juju Watkins playing basketball for y'all, ooh.
Even if she did, even if she was playing, you still would be like, I don't like you, SC.
I want to hate them right now. That's what I want to do. Damn it. Yeah, one damn job. Don't let them run the football.
Well, James Franklin had one job, but he's still taking L's.
You say they for Soda Baptist Kelly and Kirby Smart.
Exactly. Each of them had a job too, and unfortunately, Brian Kelly did disappoint. One had a lackluster effort and an L.
I can understand Cole picking Georgia because it's one of those like you just pick somebody and let's see what happens because it's one of them games you just can't really say who's gonna win.
And I was thinking the same thing about Georgia with Alabama. I was like, oh, Kirby Smart's due. I know he has one victory against them, and it's a national championship victory. But I figured, okay, he's taking too many of these L's against Alabama. And I think he should be motivated because they took an embarrassing L last year in Tuscaloosa. I figured, okay, he'll have his team ready, locked and loaded.
No, I'm saying I can get you with the Georgia pick. I'm saying him like, so about this Kelly or can't shut up Kiffin games announcer. This is about the time for Soda about Kelly to do what he normally does.
Now I'll admit I did think Kiffin was going. I thought Kiffin was going to get in his team's way. That's why I picked LSU. He didn't. It just turns out that the fake Southern Baptist preacher didn't have his team ready.
So the updating standings is as follow: 1 game lead from me, 34-16. Cole Johnson, 33-17. This is gonna be a fun month of October.
I hate you, James Franklin.
You should hate yourself. You went against your own wishes. You the one set the table, and I'm like,
you don't understand. I do not like Dan Lanning at all.
I know you don't.
I don't.
I let that just say there's a 6 in front of Oregon.
I know there was a 6 in front of Oregon.
And I don't pick against Oregon.
Unfortunately, I saw 3 in front of Penn State, and I'm thinking, okay, cool. That should motivate you. Your program's in the top 5. Basically, the NCAA is saying you're the second best team in the Big Ten now, and you at home too. Now, if this was in Eugene, I'd say, okay, they're gonna get dog walked. But this was in Happy Valley. I'm thinking, okay, you should take care of business. All right, but James Franklin, you did take care of business. It just happened to be in a hallway where no one can see you with your pants down. Sucker.
All right. On the commercial break here, and when we
I
come back,
actually thought that this team was going to be on their way. That was a lie.
So I have a bit of breaking news. It's not in regards to sports, but I think it's still very important to put out there. So we are going to be getting Reading Rainbow back after 20 years. So for all those who remember Reading Rainbow, it helped kids with learning how to read and all that good stuff. And it's going to be back. And Michael Threets is going to be the new host.
Too bad.
He's also known as Michael the Librarian.
Too bad it's not going to be the DMX version of Reading Rainbow.
We'll be back.
Yes, commercial time.
Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets. Oh, yes. The tradition the spectacle, the history, the slut. Wait. I gotta rep my brother's stuff right. All my DMV soldiers, stand up! And welcome to the Commander's Gridiron Report. You want your commanders to be repped right? Well, D. Willie is your man. Commander's Gridiron Report. Every Monday at 3:05 p.m. Eastern, 2:05 p.m. Central. Exclusively on the Sertoba Media YouTube channel. Music by J. Cool.
Where my soldiers? Right side. Commanders. Where my soldiers? Left side.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Cowboys Talk.
The Dallas Cowboys got exactly what they deserved. Let me say that one more time, because you know it's true. The Dallas Cowboys got exactly what they deserved.
Dak Prescott is overrated and he shouldn't be paid. Okay?
33 points in the fourth quarter. Let me say that again. 33 points in the fourth quarter. And that's off of 4 turnovers committed by the Colts. See, at one point, and the fact that at the end of the third quarter it was 21-19 and the final score was 54-19. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, that is completely unexpected.
Cowboys Talk is available on all streaming platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and YouTube.
Rams fans all around the world.
It's a beautiful thing to be a Rams fan right now. Stafford's back. Running back, Carrion Williams. To return.
Lend me your ears, or should I say lend Playmaker your ears, as he breaks down week by week everything in the Los Angeles Rams canon.
Number 99, Aaron Donald. Can't wait for 2029 to come to know that you are going in the Hall of Fame, and it should be first ballot, no questions asked.
Join the Playmaker as he breaks down everything Los Angeles Rams style in Ramily Talk on the Playmakers Blog Network YouTube channel and where you can find podcasts.
And welcome back to Bearing Down the Gridiron here on the 1st of October 2025. Oh man, Cole Johnson, you've done a marvelous job, sir. Marvelous job.
Oh, thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
All right. Before we continue on, Kuma Kane want to give the people a preview what they can expect on Eagles Elites tonight.
I sure would love to do so. So tonight, of course, we'll be talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. I think we'll have some news on some signings, some new people on IR. Seems to be a weekly thing for us now. We've got a preview for the game that we have coming up against the Denver Broncos. And then we'll be posing a question to the team as well as you good people who are watching in the chat. Do you think the Eagles are the best team in the NFL, and why or why not?
All right.
So just a tidbit. We'll get into a few more things too, but just a tidbit.
All right. The undefeated and reigning defending Super Bowl champion Eagles coming up on Eagles Late tonight. About a little more than 3 hours from now.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, Ramley Talk. Coach Jones, you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Ramley Talk will be live tomorrow.
Really? Oh, wow.
Ahead of the Thursday night game between the 49ers and the Rams.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Join your boy live tomorrow.
And thank you, Rams. You made my Sunday.
I think that's the only team that made your Sunday outside of Houston.
Beside the Texans, yes. That was the only thing that made my Sunday.
They made my Sunday 2 weeks in a row.
Yes, I know they did. but Snowman, your 49ers, they dropped the ball, son.
I knew he was going there. I knew he was going to do that. But now, if you saw the title of the show, which was a question, by the way, is this week 6 in the college football season the letdown week?
Well, if you ask cool, the question is yes.
Why did I post that question? Well, let's go on the campus tour, shall we? Now, when you say letdown, what's the first thing that comes to your mind, Kuma Kane, when you hear the word letdown?
Florida State.
I did set that up softly, and he did smack it for a home run on that one.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Cole Johnson, when you hit the word letdown, what do you think of?
Let me see. Right on top of my head, Arch Manning. In terms of teams, I would actually have to say Georgia and Penn State right now.
Okay.
Both are letdowns.
So, what am I about to say? Just the word in general. When you hear the word letdown, what you think? Just in general.
Yeah. If you're talking about college football, Arch Manning.
No, I'm just saying just in general. Not even college football, just in general.
In general. Letdown? I don't know if I should say this. When you're in the mood and you want a good song and chick says, I have a headache, that's a letdown.
Okay, I'm gonna answer the question. I'm gonna answer the question. All right. When I think letdown, I think of expectations being high. We expecting to have a lot of quality or good, whatever it is, whether it's sports, whether it's a cold scenario, whatever the situation.
Okay.
So when I think of letdown, I think of not meeting the expectation and significantly being away from the expectation.
Okay.
That's a much more eloquent answer that I gave. Yes.
But your answer was actually
thank you, sir.
There's a lot of guys right now listening, so that man understands us.
Yes. Yeah, we here, fellas. We here. Yeah.
Here, I'm going a different route.
Okay.
Because when I go this route, because we have of the 10 games, 7 of them was a rank versus unranked matchup. So with teams that are ranked, be looking ahead.
Oh, so we're going back to week 2.
Pretty much.
Gotcha.
So if you want to know why I posed the question, because a lot of ranked teams might be feeling themselves this week and could get caught by an unranked team.
Mm-hmm.
Beginning at noon, 12 p.m. on ESPN, we go to Cincinnati, Ohio, where the Bearcats will be hosting 14th-ranked Iowa State, who will be without both of their starting corners.
Yeah, and they're on the road too.
Let's see if the Cyclones can have the next man up mentality, or with the Bearcats, who are favorite by 1.5, pull off the upset.
Oh, so I would say it's still road favorite. Okay.
No, Cincinnati's favorite.
No, their favorite period. But to me, your true favorite at home if you are more than 3 points. If you have a more than 3 point spread in your favor. Okay. Anything less than 3, I always say it's a road fave. That's how I look at it.
Fair enough. From Cincinnati, Ohio, at noon to South Bend at 3:30 Peacock, NBC. Well, the 21st ranked, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, take on Cole Johnson's Group of 5 pick, the Broncos of Boise State.
Freeman, you better not treat them like Northern Illinois last year. I'm gonna be on your if you do, son.
Boss.
Okay, he said that the point spread for this game is 20.5.
Yeah. If you lose this, Freeman, I'm gonna have a verbal dog walking session with you.
No pause.
It's not no pause. And this is Coach Johnson, Group of 5 champion. He's saying this about too.
Yeah, I did pick Boise State to be a Group of 5 champ, but they should take an L. They should take an L to Notre Dame and South Bend. They should. But I mean, hey, we're talking about a team that has no defense, so anything goes.
Yeah, anything goes. From South Bend, Indiana to Louisville, Kentucky. ESPN 2330. The Cardinals welcoming 24th ranked Cavaliers coming off an upset win over Florida State.
They actually have to put them in the top 25.
Why you think I said they played the Florida State role? Now you fully get it now?
Oh, I got it when you said it.
Kuma can't get a representative of the ACC. We have Cavaliers and Cardinals in Kentucky.
I also want to say Notre Dame I'm picking as well. But I'm going to go with Virginia. I think they're coming off of a high, and they've built some confidence with this big win over Florida State. I think they're going to want to keep that number by their name and be motivated and be that team that I was saying. Some people was like, what are you talking about, Virginia? This dude said Virginia. And show people that, Cool know what he's talking about in the preseason.
Cool know what he's talking about sometimes.
Wow.
Cool know what he's talking about in the preseason.
Try that.
Cool also knew, if you really want to go there, Cool knew something about 2 weeks ago, too. He was definitely right 2 weeks ago. Mr. Playmaker, sir.
Oh, no, not Mr. and sir. Oh, wow.
He going to sit here and act like I haven't caught him either. Come on now.
Sir.
All right.
But now I'm going Virginia.
All right. This coming from the man who tried to dog my Group of 5 pick.
Which would be Memphis.
Look who's undefeated.
What you talking about?
From Louisville, Kentucky to
oh my
Gainesville, Florida. 3:30 on ESPN. It is the Gators and the 9th ranked Longhorns. Kuma, I'm gonna give you this because I'm pretty sure that Coach Johnson and myself, we want to say what we have to say when we reveal who we're picking.
Oh, that's right. We're not making picks yet. My fault, y'all. I'm tripping.
You're good. You're a guest. You're good.
My fault. This is an interesting matchup because you have Texas who slid back in the top 10, or still in it with slide. They're in the top 10. And I think the big thing with Texas is Arch Manning.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a good game, but it was against, let's just say, a much less talented team. He's been looking better. I think as the season goes, we'll see progression because keep in mind, this man only started one, maybe 2 games last year. So it's not like he had a lot of previous experience. So he's learning on the fly. He told people in the preseason, y'all chill, is going to take me some time. But everybody was glizzy glazing and not listening to this man. But I think now we're starting to see the improvement and more of what people wanted from the beginning. So I think given the proper amount of time, we're going to see a lot of quality play from Arch Manning. And I think him playing well is the biggest story in this game. Because we don't expect Florida to beat Texas, but if Florida finds a way to beat Texas, there's one man that's sitting on here that will have the biggest Kool-Aid smile you've ever seen on his face.
It will not be me.
Our response to that would be get to the bear down. From Gainesville, Florida to Lincoln, Nebraska, as the Cornhuskers coming off that disappointing loss to Michigan because y'all couldn't stop the goddamn run.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 300 yards on the ground. They allowed.
They played against the other Michigan team in the Big Ten, Michigan State, 4 p.m. FS1. Mr. Johnson, it's the green and white versus the red and white.
Mm-hmm. This is probably the toughest test that Michigan State has all year thus far.
Probably it is.
And I mean, the toughest test before them was what? Their home victory against Boston College?
Pretty much.
So, I mean, they haven't been tested this year. They really haven't. On the other side, Nebraska, I mean, they got steamrolled at home against Michigan.
This man said y'all got steamrolled and you lost by 3.
Yeah,
y'all tell me Nebraska. No, not you. Now Nebraska, you tell me how does that sound?
Yeah.
For this man to say y'all got steamrolled, but you lost by 3.
They did. Because if they even showed a semblance of stopping the run, they would have won that game. There's no question about that. But since they couldn't, they had to take a humbling L.
Cool.
And that's the disbelief I have about Nebraska's program.
Cool. Michigan had a 37-yard touchdown run, a 40-some plus touchdown run, and a 60-some yard touchdown run. And that's how they beat Nebraska.
And it was all by and the guy that coaches the Cornhuskers. Cool, you have a wonderful nickname for him. What is it?
Refresh me. Who's their coach?
Oh, Matt Rule.
The thumb. Oh no. That's Chip Kelly. Matt Rule. What did I say for Matt Rule?
It was Matt Fools.
That's it, Matt Fool. Yeah.
No problems.
I knew
it was good. It was really good.
Keep my mind for a second. Matt Fool, yes, sir.
I just can't believe. I don't have the faith in him. Matt
Rule will fool you.
Yeah, because when I thought they turned the corner last year, when they actually played their best game so far in the Matt Rule era, Nebraska, when they actually made Colorado look small and at times actually slow, that's what shocked me. Later on that season, they hosted the game against Illinois. They should have won that game, and they got out physicaled, and I didn't think they should have. That's a game they should have had, and that's when I was like, this program hasn't turned the corner yet, and it's disappointing because they have the talent. They just I don't think they have the tools yet.
From Lincoln, Nebraska to Houston, somewhere Coach Johnson is very familiar with.
Oh, I'm very familiar with Houston.
7 p.m. prime time. ESPN. The Cougars are hosting 11 ranked Red Raiders.
Very familiar with the area where they're playing too in Houston.
Coach, and this is your neck of the woods, and the surprisingly 11 ranked Red Raiders are coming to town.
And the Cougs, they're coming off of two Big 12 victories, both at home, and they had to come from behind with their second one with the dub they got. So I would love to say spirits in Houston are high. They're higher than usual. I'll put it that way. But that Red Raiders defense, I'll put it this way. They play Pop Warner defenses the last 2 weeks. They're going to be playing close to NFL defense Saturday night in Texas Tech. They're going to get out muscled, and the out physical that they're going to be. The challenge for them is, can they be fast enough to overcome the physical nature that the Red Raiders bring, which I never thought I would actually bring myself to say about a Red Raiders team. I never thought I'd say that.
But you was the one that picked them to win against what team?
Oh, Utah. Yeah, Utah.
Yeah, Utah,
Mhm.
and they did it with defense.
Yeah. So UVA, they're gonna have to try to tire out Texas Tech, and if they can't, this game's gonna get ugly very quick.
How do you tire a school that's known for a running gun offense, but all of a sudden they have a defense now? It's a very. I think Houston's in a rock and a hard place with this one.
They are. They are. They are.
That's to begin the primetime slate. Let's continue the primetime slate, and let's head to the Horseshoe. 7:30 NBC as the number one ranked team, the Buckeyes of Ohio State. They play host to Minnesota.
Another school that should actually ask Ohio State for money. Yeah, scratch a check. You in the same conference as us. I don't give a crap. Scratch a check. You're gonna dog walk us anyway. Give us an 8-figure check.
Ohio State has not been as dominant as people would have liked to see.
No, they're not as dominant, but
it's going to be interesting to see what does William Boat bring into the Horseshoe, because he usually has the defense. So how would the defense fare against that offense? And if Minnesota has any resemblance of offense, you're going to need it on that night, because Ohio State still got a defense.
Yeah. And right there, game, set, and match. I mean, Ohio State don't really have to do much on offense. And definitely don't have to do much on offense against the Gophers. I'm sorry, Golden Gophers. My bad, Minnesota.
Damn, 23.5-point favorite. Jeez.
That's what I'm saying. Minnesota should be the athletic director of Minnesota should be flying to Columbus, going to the athletic director and the dean of Ohio State and say, please scratch us a check for $10 million so we can take this butt whooping you're going to give us.
Whew. That's NBC. Let's go to ABC because we're going to no, I take that back.
College Station.
College Station. Coach Johnson, he needs a bark bag right now.
I unfortunately know that neck of the woods too very well.
SEC Network. Kyle Field, the 6th ranked Aggies, and Coach Johnson just threw up again.
Yes. The Aggies
play host to the Bulldogs of Mississippi State.
The Aggies are ranked in the top 10.
Man, this Mississippi State team has been playing some good ball this year.
Yeah, they've been playing some good ball. They unfortunately dropped the ball against Tennessee. You should have had them. You had them jokers in your home stadium. You should have finished the job like you did against Arizona State. You failed. You failed miserably because Tennessee wasn't ranked as high as Arizona State when you beat them. You had that game. You lost it. Now, I want you to take that effort, go into Kyle Field, and dog walk the Aggies. Unfortunately, the Aggies are just too good.
The struggle is real for one Coach Johnson.
Mississippi State, I'd rather you play TCU. I'd rather you play SMU.
This struggle is real for Coach Johnson. That's on SEC Network. Now let's get to the ABC game. Tallahassee, Florida.
I get to lay out with this one.
The 18th-ranked Seminoles coming off that upset loss over Virginia. Play host to the 3rd-ranked team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes. Cool McCain. Dope Campbell Stadium is the site. ABC is the station, and Chris Fowler, Hurd Street will be on the call.
And College Game Day ain't going now.
Thanks to Florida State. So I saved this for when we talked about this, right? Not going to pick now because now I remember that we don't pick yet. So I'm going to do better. But here's a couple of things I would like for people to ponder. Remember last week, Miami didn't have a number 3 by the name. They had a number 2.
That's correct.
So they dropped a spot, not even playing.
Mm-hmm.
So what that tells me as a fan, and hopefully what that tells the team, is that we're not respected.
100.
Nah, with Oregon beating Penn State, I was like, yep, that's a bigger win.
Cool. Yes.
I don't care about your explanations, playmaker. Miami doesn't care about your philosophical, sensible explanations. We're preparing for a game that we must win. And America just said the voting people who vote, the AP just said, you know what? We're gonna drop you because you didn't play. Yeah, they won, cool, whatever. But we're gonna drop you down a spot. Ask yourself how many SEC teams get dropped a spot when they don't play.
Oh, I gotta. Oh, I can. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sir.
Okay.
I don't know why you asked that question. You set that up perfectly for him.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Ask yourself how many Big 12, Big 10s get dropped a spot when they don't play.
Well, you just answered your question.
While you're asking yourself that question, think about what normally happens to those teams when they come back and play another game. Those teams normally say, okay, that's how we getting down. We got something for you. So we're hopefully going to be following that same thought process, because this is a very dangerous game for Miami, because Florida State's going to come in embarrassed at home. They're going to throw their little spear in the ground and ride a little horse.
Little spear.
And, little stuff to do before the game. Yeah, they come out and have this guy come out with a spear. I've been in a game.
They throw it in. Yeah.
He comes out with a spear. And
right in the middle. Right at middle midfield.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they go, oh,
yeah, and then that crap.
All that,
Yes.
Yeah, all that crap.
Why?
Yeah.
So
So they're gonna do all that.
said that, and I'm picturing LA Knights saying it.
So what's gonna happen is they're gonna do all this stuff, and we're gonna sit on the sideline with our arms crossed, and hopefully, I don't expect this from the coach. I expect this from the players and maybe the assistant coaches. You know, my coach, I think, is got a little Nick Sirianni. Let's say that. So we're then going to see them do all their stuff. They're going to come out. They're going to be talking about how they got a loss, and now it's time for us to lose because this is their season on the line. Florida State, it's not our fault your season's on the line. It's your own fault your season's on the line. And you know what you've done? You've made this game even more serious for us, because losing to number 8, number 9, number 7 Florida State, now you drop a little bit. You're cool. Losing to number 18 garbage butter butts who just went and got beat by a team they should have beat, that hurts us a lot more. It takes us out of the top 10. It gives us a loss in the ACC in the hardest game that we have left.
Yep.
So if you had a hope that the Miami Hurricanes were going to come into this game and say, we the you bad baby, blah, 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 and not be prepared for you, you shot yourself in the foot with that as well when you decided to go out there and lose to Virginia. So all the things that you hope for, all the secret fantasies that you guys have about beating Miami. I'm not saying that Miami can't lose, but I'm saying if we do lose, it's going to be you beating the best version of Miami. And what I will say is you couldn't beat the best version of Virginia.
And which means if Florida State does beat Miami, that means I have to make room for Coach McCain next week to come on here and say what
roast Miami.
No, you don't. No, you don't. If they lose, you don't have to make room for me at all, sir.
You sure?
I'm 100% sure. If they lose, I may be radio silent until Wednesday.
Or throw the invite anyway.
The only thing you might see me Monday night doing Monarchs of Wrestling if I can't find anybody to do it for me. I'm not even want to be on camera, man.
Cole's like, no. Cole's like, no. If they lose, you better throw that invite. I need my payback. I want my payback.
Throw that invite, because I will shut my mouth and be having the popcorn in my mouth, throwing it, and seeing my boy roast to you. Yes, I'd be front row seat. Be happy to see it. Not saying be happy to see you lose, but I'd be happy to see you roast him.
From Tallahassee, we get to the spotlight game of the week.
The game where game day will be.
College game. be in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, 3:30 ABC as the number-ranked Crimson Tide play host to the 16th ranked Commodores.
That's a shame. This right there, that 16 in front of that gold and black V is criminal.
Cool. What I have learned over the couple of weeks that you haven't been here, there is a disdain for Vanderbilt from Coach Johnson.
Oh, you just learned that when I wasn't here?
Oh,
if you didn't already know that, where you been?
I thought Texas A&M was one on the list. And all of a sudden, every time Vanderbilt comes up, he just go win. I'm like, what did Vanderbilt do to you?
I picked against.
They existed. That's what it did to him, sir.
I picked against them twice, and both Virginia Tech and South Carolina vastly disappointed me.
Vastly, you hear that? That man said
vastly disappointed me. How dare those two schools get beat by a bunch of doctors, lawyers, and engineers? How? And professors. How?
The Crimson Tide will be looking for payback as they went to Nashville last year and
didn't even have a lead.
Yeah, they never the time led was 0 across the board on Alabama.
And what I loved about that last year, you had Nick Saban, who was enjoying being a talking head. I think was it no, I don't think it was in that stadium. I think it was in another stadium. He actually said the easiest place for Alabama to play was in Nashville.
No, he has to say the easiest place to win on the road.
That's what I'm saying.
In general, not just Alabama, in general, in the SEC was Nashville.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, thank you. Easiest place to win on the road is Nashville. Said that the Wednesday before Alabama got dog walked in Nashville. I'm like, you all deserve that L. You all deserve that L.
Hold that L.
So this is your campus tour for week 6. A lot of ranked versus unranked matchups. Will somebody get caught?
Switch.
Now let's get to the pick'ems. The bear down pick'em segment. We both going Iowa State. That was before we found out they lost both corners.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Cincinnati since they lost both.
Wants to go completely contrarian on purpose. That's why I love your petty nature, bro.
They got two. They missing two.
They're
corners,
missing
bro.
both their starting corners. Yeah.
Yeah, they about to get that work.
I'm gonna stick with my pick on the screen here, Coach Johnson.
Same. I'm gonna stick with it.
All right, we both sticking with the Cyclones on this one.
Good for y'all.
I'm gonna reiterate what Coach Johnson said. Marcus Freeman, you better not lose this game. You already lost to Texas A&M. You already lost to Miami. You already got 2 losses.
Had no business losing A&M.
I'm going with y'all on this one.
A third loss, and it's to a Group of 5 team. Your season's over. Immensely over.
Yeah, I'm with y'all on this one.
Yeah. There's no reason for Notre Dame to lose to Boise State, and it's not anything against Boise State. Notre Dame is supposed to be on par with the 2 teams they've lost to. Supposed to be. They aren't, but they're supposed to be. And if they lose this game if they lose a second game in this season at home, then they definitely don't belong to playoffs.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just do. I just think.
No. I was thinking a long way that you were, and I'm gonna say, but I looked at some stats from the season thus far, and I said, okay, so Virginia has the better running attack. I'm gonna roll with Virginia. I'm gonna give them this opportunity here. You came off a good win. Can you follow up? This seems to be the problem this year. Good wins does not get follow up.
And as I said before, give me some of that Virginia. Give me some of that Virginia.
I'm not saying that your thought process is faulty or bad or wrong. In fact, it's sound. I just think that Virginia played their national championship, and I think they go ahead and say the word, because I'm gonna say it right now. I believe that last Friday Virginia shot their load.
I mean, Louisville is almost a 7-point favorite, so you're talking about almost a touchdown favorite at home. So
yeah, I really believe that Virginia.
This is going to be the quote unquote upset.
Yeah, I really believe that Virginia, although they are ranked, I just feel a letdown performance coming.
But if the three of us is being realistic, if we just see a Virginia Cavalier logo and a Louisville Cardinal logo, most likely what's everybody gonna go with.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Louisville Cardinal logo,
especially if it's in Louisville, which this game is.
Well, except for a guy who has some high belief in Virginia.
Yeah,
he might not do that.
Besides that, yeah,
but
that's the reason why I'm going with Louisville. I'm like, this game's in Louisville, and Virginia probably played their best game of the year. Yeah, I'm seeing a letdown coming.
Thank you for throwing my keyword in there.
Mm-hmm. Give me some of that Virginia. I like that. I'm gonna use that.
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'll let you go first.
Okay. Am I a Gator fan? Yes, I am.
Of course.
Do I want the orange and blue? Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
But listen here. Steve Sarkisian, Archibald Manny, you already got a loss to Ohio State. I said I can give you 3 losses, but it had to be against 2 teams, which means you lost the one game that I said you was going to lose. You haven't played the other team yet. That's a little later on in the season. So that means I can't have you losing any games, even if it is to my Gators in the swamp. And the way that the Gators have been looking, I don't care that we are getting our freshman wide receiver to debut in this game. There's no way you should lose this game. Because if you do, in full disclosure, y'all think this gentleman here is going to be the one going off? Oh, I bet you he won't be the one that's going fully off if y'all lose to the Florida Gators.
Give me some of that Virginia. Had to say that one more time. Go ahead, sir.
To what Cool said earlier, name a team in the SEC that didn't play but dropped. You see, Texas was ranked number 7, and they dropped all the way to 10, and they've done nothing but win and have buys. So I'm not saying it actually to rub that in your face. I'm actually saying it to rub it in Texas's face. You see, this is what I was talking about earlier before this season began. The NCAA does not respect you. And they shouldn't. They shouldn't respect you.
Because you getting the NCAA credit?
Nope.
No, I'm not actually.
No, he's not.
No, I'm not giving them credit. I'm dissing Texas because you have played like absolute dog trash against San Jose State, UTEP, and University of Texas at San Antonio. In fact, the best game you played was the bye.
San Jose State, if I remember correctly.
He said the bye.
Yeah, San Jose State.
They dominated against the bye.
Yes, yeah. San Jose State, UTEP, and University of Texas San Antonio. The best game they played has been the bye. And now
the bye.
And you went from 7 to 10, but luckily you rose up to 9. And I would have kept you at 10 personally. This should be a game you should win. However, you got to treat this opponent as if they are ranked in the top 10 along with you. Why do I say that? Because you have played horrible on offense all year long. Yeah, you had a good showing, but it was against a directional school. You have been horrible on offense all year long. The defense seems to be able to take care of itself. But I do not believe that if you were to play like you did in the horseshoe, that you still walk out the swamp with a dub. Because if you play that hot garbage crap and you don't score until 2 minutes left in the game like you did in Columbus, you will go out of Gainesville with a loss.
And we'll be talking about your season getting drowned in the swamp.
Literally drowned. Now, Playmaker mentioned, yes, you lost against one of the teams I knew you were going to. Even though I picked you, I had a feeling you was going to lose that game. You now should not have any excuse to lose against Georgia, but I get a feeling you're going to take an L there too, because you're going in Athens.
That's the only two L's I'm giving you.
Now, you lose against any other team that includes Texas A&M, that includes Oklahoma, that includes Arkansas, that includes this opponent Saturday. And you do not, even if you beat Georgia, you do not deserve to be in the SEC championship, let alone the playoffs. That is how resolute I am, because if you get beaten by this Florida team, you don't deserve to be anywhere near the pantheon of the SEC at all. At all. Because if LSU can hold them to 10 points, you all should do the same. But the problem is, I don't know if you can score 10 points against them.
It's like the only bright spot we got is a defense.
You better, though. But judging by how Arch Manning decided against UTEP to throw 10 straight incompletions, that is highly questionable.
That's the crazy thing. So how many incompletions is Arch going to throw? And how many times is DJ Larry going to throw to a goddamn right jersey?
And that's what's so messed up about this game. We know that the QB play is not going to be up to par with both teams. That's what sucks. We know both defenses will stand up, but both offenses are going to be hot trash.
It's because the quarterbacks.
Yes, but the question is, which offense is going to be less hot trash? It should be you, Texas, but I would not be surprised if you fall in the swamp. I'll be pissed, but I will not be surprised either.
Anything you want to say, cool?
I'm gonna let that ride. Sometimes you just gotta let it go. Cole got it covered.
Appreciate that. I still stand by what I said about Nebraska. I still stand by it.
Michigan State, you ain't played nobody yet, so.
And that's why I picked Nebraska.
I'm gonna go with Nebraska with y'all too.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't played nobody yet, so I don't know what to make of y'all.
Yeah.
Damn.
I still think Nebraska's hot garbage, but yeah. Michigan State's biggest win is at home against Boston College. I'm sorry.
I'm a believer in the Red Raiders if I didn't see them do what they did to Utah.
Look, I love you, Cougs. I'm rooting for you. You just don't have the horses, as they say. You just don't.
Jeez, Texas Tech got a defense. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Texas
and
Tech.
a pretty good one. And a pretty good defense at that.
Yeah, what would y'all that? I can rock with that too. I can get jiggy with it.
Oh, Lord. No, who's gonna pick Minnesota?
If you don't live in Minnesota, you're dumb as hell.
They're the Ohio State's the best team in the Big Ten. I because of what you said earlier, I can't really go all the way and say they're the best team, period. But yeah, can't. And Bulldogs, I want you to bring all the cowbells to Kyle Field and mess up Reveille just have her bark at all of the 12th man,
But
and just cause all sorts of havoc.
But
unfortunately, those doggone Aggies actually have a team.
They have an offense.
Although they didn't prove it last Saturday because Auburn held them to 16. But yes,
they made mistakes. It happens.
Yeah, but the Aggies,
especially in this conference.
I know. Yeah, it's true. But the Aggies, to show you that I'm unbiased, they are slowly but surely getting better all the way around.
This is not good for him.
No, because it means Texas is going to have to really, when they visit Austin, this is going to be a game they must win, because they'll have to treat it as, oh, we actually can lose to this team. Yes. See, you MF and Seminoles. What the was that in Charlottesville? I don't get how you decided to just overlook them. You saw the U, and you're like, oh, we got the big game at our place. College game day is going to come down to Tallahassee. Oh, yeah, this is going to be great. Oh, who we playing now? Virginia? Negro, when was the last time we lost to Virginia? Oh, it's been years? Oh, it's a lot. Oh, yeah. We're gonna rock in Tallahassee. And before they knew it, they were far behind.
Before you know it, was 14-0, just like that.
Yeah. This is what happens when you look ahead and you disrespect the opponent that's in front of you. This is what you get. Now, this isn't what the U deserves, but this is what you get.
So my reasoning, Cool McCain, let me know if you followed this or not. Here's my reasoning. College game day came down to Coral Gables.
Yeah, when they were playing Florida. Yeah. Spotlight
on Miami. Spotlight on Florida, who was coming off a loss because DJ Labber decided to throw 5 picks. 5 dumbass picks at that.
No, not 5 dumb picks. Oh, Lord.
That was a perfect time for Miami to have a letdown. Perfect time. Florida is trash. Their quarterback don't know what jersey his team is wearing. And, we feeling good. The U is back and all this.
Mm-hmm.
And then they treat it as they supposed to treat it. It is a rivalry game. Mm-hmm. Florida threw their punches. Miami punched back, and to the point where Florida couldn't punch no more.
Yeah.
That told me there, Mario Cristobal and the Canes, they are taking this season very, very seriously.
Yeah, that was
Mario
a DKO.
Cristobal take it seriously. And just to add real quick to Cole's point, 2005 was the last time they beat a top 10 team, which was also Florida State. So
yeah, so 20 years. That was the philosophy that Florida State had. Oh, Lord have mercy, Virginia. Oh, we got them. Oh, they're undefeated. Oh, well, their first L's coming against us. Well, we didn't worry about them. We worry about Miami next Saturday. Yeah, here we go, Negroes.
So my logic is so cool. My logic is Miami's taking this season very seriously. They proved it when Florida came down there and the spotlight was on Miami, and they did not get distracted. They handled business.
Now, my comment about Miami. I think this is a good game for them, and I personally believe the fact that College game day is not coming to Tallahassee is even a better thing for Miami, because I would be motivated by the fact that they did. I'd be motivated by, like you said, I'd be motivated by the fact they dropped from number 2 to 3, and I get the reasoning. The win that Oregon had over Penn State is considered more impressive. I get that. I still, if I was Miami, take offense to the fact that I dropped from 2 to 3, and the fact that game day is not in Tallahassee. I'd be pissed both ways around, and I would take it out on Florida State. I think this would be a wonderful show of force that the U, not necessarily is back, but the U actually is a national championship contender.
Any thoughts, Cool McCain?
Holding the U up.
All right.
And you should, bro. You should.
And that brings us to the game of the week, Vanderbilt versus Alabama. And as you always know, we have the spotlight game of the week voting. So what did the people say? 67.6% on the Crimson Tide.
So 2 or 3 voted for Alabama. Okay.
32.4% is on the Commodores. Where does Coach Johnson and myself fall?
Yeah, this ain't Lionel Richie. Don't expect it to come to Tuscaloosa and sing 3 Times a Lady, Brick House, and Sail On.
For this vote, Vanderbilt, if y'all was to beat Alabama again this time in Tuscaloosa, I would not be mad whatsoever. I know somebody who would be mad, and he'll get the full screen next Wednesday.
He'll get the full.
He'll get the full screen next Wednesday if y'all are able to beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa. I'm just throwing that out there. I would not be mad if I lose this game because y'all beat Alabama. I would not be mad with.
I say he'll get the full screen. Okay, Alabama. So you proved that you could take Georgia's best shot, and you didn't let down at between the hedges. Congratulations.
Y'all even got disrespectful. Y'all threw a screen pass to a lineman.
So you almost avenged that embarrassing performance in Tallahassee. Almost. I'm sorry, that defensive line was atrocious against the Seminoles. You all should be ashamed of yourselves. You shouldn't have that team run for over 200 yards against you on the ground, but I digress. You somewhat redeemed yourselves against Georgia. Now, DeBoer, if you haven't shown any of the clips of what happened last year in Nashville, then you are doing your team a huge disservice. Because that is the first thing I'd be playing. I would have played that as soon as they got on the bus going back to Tuscaloosa. This is what these chumps did to you last year. And I would show it every single day until you took the field in Tuscaloosa against the Commodores. I would show that every single day. These chumps don't think you can beat. These chumps don't think that you can beat them. And they proved it because last year you rolled over like a welcome mat against them. Now, are you gonna roll over this year, or are you gonna take offense and beat them down?
You never led.
And I would be in their ear. You led this many seconds of that game in Nashville last year. You led 0 seconds. And you made the former coach look horrible in saying the easiest victory that you can have on the road is in Nashville. And you proved him wrong. And now Vanderbilt, they're smelling themselves. They thinking they're the big bullies on the block. They think that these directional school W's they've amassed, along with beating South Carolina and Virginia Tech, that they are there. They have arrived. You better prove to them they ain't arrived. You better prove to them they're the welcome man to the SEC, like they should be, like they ought to be. And if you're not doing that, DeBoer, then you need to get out of Tuscaloosa now. This should be an easy dub. If it ain't, there's something wrong with you.
Did we mention that you had a loss on your record already? Did we mention that already?
A loss this year. And a loss against this team on your record. Yes. If I was DeBoer, I would have had the TV ready. They pulled out of Athens. You watching this tape. You watching all of this from last year's embarrassing effort in Nashville. I'd even show when those clowns took the goalpost down and they walked it down Broadway all the way to the Cumberland River. These clowns celebrated so hard, they took the goalpost and they shut down downtown Nashville because you were embarrassing.
Oh, and by the way, they actually scored over 40 on you.
And if you all say, well, we scored 35, shut up. That loss was so embarrassing. Nashville's downtown traffic Saturday night was at a standstill because they had to make sure they wouldn't run over anybody because they were taking the goalposts all the way down to the river. That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing.
Vanderbilt, I would not feel any type of way if y'all was to win this game. I would not feel any type of way.
That was embarrassing.
I would gladly take this L.
You need to stand up and beat Vanderbilt down. And I really, you know something? I would laugh at your doggone face if you take another L, a second straight L to Vanderbilt, this time in your own stadium. I'd laugh at you.
After he cusses Kellen DeBoer out.
Oh yeah, after I cuss Kellen DeBoer out, I'll laugh at the rest of the team. I'm like, you all deserve this. You all deserve to get this dog walk. You all deserve to get all of that work, all of it, because you underestimated this team yet again, and yet again you took an L.
And this time they have a number by their name this time.
Yes, now they're ranked, and that's another thing. You got beat so bad, it's because of that game they're ranked. Because people weren't even checking for Vanderbilt until that game.
Yeah, Cooper Kane. Did you know anything about Vanderbilt until last year?
I knew that they were an exceptional institution of higher learning, and they ran a pick and roll offensive theory in basketball. Not really.
They sometimes are good. Yeah, they sometimes are good in basketball.
Yeah,
their sport of dominance is baseball, but football.
What's your thoughts on Vanderbilt now?
I mean, personally, nothing's changed. I mean, a couple more big wins, maybe, but right now, there's nothing really changed that much for me.
Well, Vanderbilt's going to get tested because I think they play a slew of ranked teams, starting with Alabama.
So, unfortunately, this week is only one game difference between me and Cole Johnson.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give Vanderbilt. I'm gonna give Virginia a chance. I'm gonna give them a chance.
And I actually can't fault you for picking Virginia. Saying we're cool. I can't fault you.
I'm 2 games different from Mr. Johnson because I'm 2 games. I'm a game different from Playmaker. 2 games different from Mr. Johnson. Because I am picking Virginia. Give them some of that Virginia.
I just smell letdown. But I would not be surprised if Virginia wins. I just smell a letdown coming.
It's gonna be in the future. Don't get me wrong. It's not gonna last the rest of the season. I think they're just gonna make it this week. But yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's coming.
But I will say this to you, Playmaker. The only thing that makes me excited about the Texas-Florida game, I don't give a crap that they're playing. It's the fact that you named Billy Napier a smiling jackass.
Yeah, cool. You weren't there for that. So real
That's
quickly,
that's the only thing that makes me happy about this game. The fact that you actually labeled Billy Napier that.
So after the LSU loss, I told Cole, like, I am not trying to talk about Florida whatsoever. I was not trying to talk about Florida whatsoever.
I think yes, you are.
So, doing what I do, and how, I do my homework, I get everything I need to prepare, right? Yeah. I go to ESPN, and guess what's one of the articles on the goddamn screen?
Billy Napier saying, we are dangerously close. Now, this is before they took the L, the big time L in Florida. I mean, in Miami. We are dangerously close to being great.
The terminal's open.
And cool. So you know what I had to do, right? It's like, you know what?
I was like,
there's no way I can get out of this one.
I'm like, you just saw your quarterback throw 5 interceptions in Death Valley. You mean to tell me you're gonna keep your mouth shut about Florida? No, you're gonna be talking about them.
So the fact that my coach had to use that code, we are pretty close to being dangerous. I'm like, this nigga. No, he did not. No.
And the rant that came out of Playmaker was absolute chef's kiss, beautiful.
Playmaker get hyped up enough, he be snapping.
Yeah, he snapped there, and this is the gym.
Get hyped up enough.
Yeah, and this was the gym that unearthed when he snapped.
You know what the problem is? It's the things I don't want to talk about, and then some person in the organization want to open up their goddamn mouth. If Ben never would have said nothing that was quotable for ESPN, I would have escaped that week cleanly. Am I wrong, Cole Johnson?
Yeah, you would have.
And that would have been a disappointment to everybody. So it worked out how it was supposed to.
Yeah, because I'm like,
you were supposed to do it, and you did.
I'm like, come on, man. Because because he said this to me. I think it was Sunday. He said, I ain't talking about Florida. I said, yeah, you are. And then at the end of Shooting Lights Out that Monday, he said, no, this is all I'm going to talk about with Florida. And he mentioned Lagway throwing 5 picks at LSU. I actually on the air said, you'll be talking about them Wednesday. You will be talking about them.
He didn't even know the article was up there.
You will be, didn't. But I said, you will be talking about them on Baron and Gridiron that Wednesday.
So when he saw it, he was like, he had a sharp look on his face, and then he realized who said it.
I was like, oh, this is going to be beautiful. And I love the fact that Playmaker allowed me to set him up. I was like, beautiful. I could have him just hit him, just knock down these bowling pins. And he came through. When he said "smiling jackass," I was like, yes.
Actually, he had a laugh before that because I was talking about how each pick that DJ Lagway put through was dumber than the previous one.
Yeah, it was stupider than the one beforehand. Which he was not wrong. You were not wrong. Each pick got stupider and stupider. I'm like, come on, dude. You know you're wearing blue, not white, right? And I'm not even rooting for Florida. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
So yes, I end up calling Bill Nick a smiling jackass because I'm like, why is you smiling? That man shows no fiery whatsoever on the goddamn sideline.
That made me happy. I was like, yes, smiling jackass. So I gotta create the image.
So yeah, that's how smiling jackass came out.
I know that made you happy.
What made it
go?
And what made it? You know what made it worse? Snowman had a front row seat to it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Snowman heard him do the rant too. Oh my, it was beautiful though. I was like,
me and Cole trading rants back and forth.
Talking about you thirsty. He was probably in the comments.
No, he was actually on the show.
You know how Snowman.
He was on the show.
Yeah, he actually.
Oh, he was. That's the week.
Yeah, he was actually on the show. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know he was smiling.
Oh wow.
And me and Cole just trading rants back and forth. Like,
you're not wrong, Cole. Yeah, because wasn't it the same week that Archman decided to throw 10 straight incompletions?
Yep, because you didn't want to talk about that.
No,
I didn't want to talk about Florida.
That was the funny thing. I was like, I ain't talking about Texas. I ain't talking about Florida, and we had to talk about them. I'm like, dog.
Young Archibald.
That's the same week that he got mad because South Carolina got beat by Vanderbilt.
Beat by Vanderbilt. What was it? Oh yeah, they got dog walked in Columbia. I'm like, how in the world you let that team dog walk you in your home crib?
So we were just going.
Y'all be tripping South Carolina. Psych.
So we were just going back and forth training rant. So if y'all want to see that episode, I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
y'all go back and see it. Me and him just training rants back and forth.
That was hilarious.
It was a rant fest.
That was hilarious.
An extreme agitator and the Snowman on with them.
Oh yeah, with sound effects galore. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He almost got banned.
he actually played the beginning heartbeat, the Bronze Sexual Confessions. And Playmaker had this look on his face like, Negro, you keep playing it, I'm gonna yank you out of this.
If I had been on with y'all that week, there was one thing I would have said. I would have said, Playmaker, you can't ban the Snowman.
You can't ban the Snowman.
You
can't ban the Snowman.
That Snowman was gonna get banned.
He's like, doom, doom. I was like, oh, do I see Playmaker having the hand on the button?
Well, you about to get banned up on it.
And you know for yourself, Playmaker will hit that button. He'll go to a commercial out of nowhere.
Yes.
That's why Snowman only played 2 seconds of it.
I'm proud that I haven't done anything to get pushed to a commercial.
I am proud that I got pushed to commercial. I'm proud that I've gotten taken off the screen. I'm proud I've gotten basically taken off the program and had the program end with me talking about something.
Oh, you had to do that one. I'm sorry. That was too good. I could not stop that one. I'm sorry.
This is not football related, but I just want to know: are y'all still in bed?
Right now they feel that way.
And Snowman did play that on the show too. Oh,
this has been yet another
an MF
Bitter No Horse.
Yes, being a dead horse presentation. This has been yet another being a dead horse presentation.
All right, as we get out of here, check out Cool McCain in about 2 hours for Eagles Elite.
Yeah,
the Eagles could
at Eagles Elite podcast on YouTube. Come
rock Eagles continue to find every goddamn way to win.
Congrats on that W in Tampa, and I smiled when I saw what they did with the tush push. That was genius. That was absolute genius.
And I said on the show, last Wednesday, I said just fake them with the tush push and run that thing with Shay Sean.
That's exactly what they did.
Hey, nobody over. Nobody.
Yeah, that was beautifully done.
That thing with Shay Sean.
I was like, they got him. Dang.
They all packed the middle. And Tay was like, here you go. Saquon walked in the end zone. Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Speaking of that, this is the year of special teams.
Yeah, they've been doing some nice blocking field goals.
But there's only one team that had two different guys block field goals in the same game.
That'll be on the Eagles. Yeah.
Hell,
Jalen Carter, Jordan
Davis had a
Davis.
butt punt for a touchdown last week.
Oh, I forgot Jalen Carter blocked the one early in the fourth quarter in that game. I forgot about that.
Yes,
I knew it was blocked, but I forgot who. Oh, it was Jalen Carter.
You want to know how gangster Jalen Carter is, y'all? I know this is a college football show, but you want to know how gangster Jalen Carter is? This man has a shoulder injury, sat on the sideline, whined and cried, got the pain out, went back in the game and helped the fellas win.
As I've said, if it wasn't for Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley, Jalen Carter is the most important player on the Eagles. And I would dare say even with them, he's still the most important player on the Eagles.
You won't have me argue.
Because he definitely to me the best athlete on the squad. That's without question. But Jordan Davis comes very close to snatching that title off of Jalen Carter. But yeah, I agree with you. Jalen's a doggone beast.
This guy who decided to leave the screen.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
He's happy that a certain team in the NFL got shut out.
Yes. I'm so happy that the Tennessee Titans got exactly what they deserved. A donut. Because that is what they are. They are a bunch of zeros. It made me extremely happy.
The strongest.
Yes.
The utter disrespect.
Again. I truly do love Dallas. But I want the Titans to take L's almost every single game they play. And when hearing and seeing them take an L to my team is great. Seeing them take a shutout L to my team is even better. All is right with the world.
You will see Cole Johnson next Monday for a serious shooting lights out show.
Oh, Nafisa. That's all I gotta say.
Cool McCain, you have an open invitation, sir. It's gonna get.
I'll be there. I'm like Michael Jackson. I'll be there.
Oh, it's gonna get real serious.
Just call my name.
Oh, and there might be some developments that happen before we do take air Monday.
Oh, I'm waiting on it.
Mm-hmm.
There might be my.
And then for me, Rams fans, tomorrow live.
Rams fans all around the world.
Ramley Talk will be live tomorrow ahead of Thursday Night Football when the 49ers come to town and Snowman went to the barn and started cussing again.
To the barn?
Oh, yeah. Boy. Ricky Parasol and Brock Purdy are out for tomorrow.
Well, I mean, they didn't really do much this past Sunday. Oh, I didn't mean to say that out loud.
So that's all that you need to know that's coming up.
A lot of didn't. That's a lie, Cole Johnson.
For Cool McCain jumping in on this important week for the Miami Hurricanes as they take on Florida State.
Getting beat down by the Jaguars. Come on, 49ers.
For the complaining Texans fan, Cole Johnson.
Do your job, 49ers.
And college football fans, we'll see you next Wednesday. Did somebody get upset this week? Or did everybody make it through safely, soundly through?
Virginia gonna dish out an upset.
And speaking of do your jobs, James Franklin, stop staying taking L's and shots up your behind, son.
All did it.